school, so now I'm playing for the girls with the girls and running for my prom.
What is going on, everybody? We got a fully packed room today, ready to learn how to generate some free leads. I love it. I love it. Who's in here? Who's ready? First of all, who owns an agency and who wants to learn how to get some free leads? Who's ready to do this today, guys? I want to see some energy in the room. All right, drop me some ones. As many of you as possible that can unhide yourselves. I want to see your faces. Let's see some faces.
Drop if you own an agency, drop a 1 in the chat.
All right, we got some ones coming on, a couple here, a couple there. Come on, guys, unhide. We got to take some action today. Let's see each other's faces.
I see Jonathan multitasking, closing the deal while learning. I love it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we got Charlie up in here doing the Charlie dance already. He's excited to go.
Man, Charlie's got a smooth office. I love it. All right, who else is out there? Who else owns an agency? Keep dropping the ones. If you do, if you own another business, whether it's a coaching business, just write what you do. Whether you're a realtor, a coach, consultant, drop that in the chat here so we know exactly what you do. Got our main man Peter up in the house. Well, welcome aboard here.
What's going on, guys? Oh, we got Noah. What's up, Noah? How you doing, my man?
Noah's always rocking the best backgrounds.
All right, what else we got? Who's ready for this shit, guys? Let's show some little excitement. Unhide yourselves. Come on, guys. Still too many of you guys hiding behind the name. Get some energy flowing. Let's get this going, guys. We're gonna learn some shit today. All right, this is not for the people who are sitting back, not taking notes, not paying attention. This is for the people who are gonna learn this shit, implement it, make some money.
Man, I love Angel's background there. You got some, I don't know if that's, I didn't watch many cartoons, but it looks like The Simpsons possibly. There you go. What a guess.
So guys, we kind of want to tell this story through, not just through ourselves, but through some of our clients and some of our students that have done this. So what you guys are a part of right now is our first quarterly mastermind for the GSD program. This is day 1. Tomorrow is going to be day 2, all about implementation. And we'll get to talking about that later, but we have, a few of our students on here as well. And we kind of want to tell the story, through their eyes so you can see how this shit actually works, see that this is actually helping them generate stuff pretty much all the time. So cool. I think we wanted to bring on just a few of them, correct? Right up at the beginning before we jump into anything else.
Yeah, just so you guys know that this is the training that actually works. This isn't something that is just going to waste a bunch of time, a time suck. This brings in real dollars and real money. And it can happen really freaking fast. Like you can go from 0 to 10K a month, 50K, 100K. It just takes a little bit longer, but it takes a plan. And I'm just going to I'm going to start off with you, Mikey. I'm going to put you on the spot. I know I didn't ask you to come off camera, but I think you are good for this because we started.
First of all, guys, a little bit of pre-frame. Mr. Michael Sheridan down here, the man, the myth, the legend, is a GSD OG. Okay, from I don't even know, maybe day 1, day 0 even. He's gone on to do wonderful, great things, and so we love the guy we work closely with. I appreciate the hell out of you, Mikey. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for the kind words, Cody.
Always. So can you tell really just in perspective for the people here, leveraging the Perfect Stranger method yourself, doing organic marketing and all that stuff to get you guys started, get you guys off the ground. How has that been for you using these exact kind of methods?
Yeah, I'll just kind of get from the get-go. We implemented your guys' techniques basically when we hit the ground running, starting the agency last year. And within, I think it was 2 months, we had 44K in retainers. And organic outreach it's the golden goose that keeps on giving. Paid ads, they can flop, they get messy, there's a lot to it. But once you have a system in place that feeds your pipeline daily, it's something you can depend on. And honestly, your sales go up too, because you're getting more appointments and you're getting better at your pitch, and it just kind of snowballs on itself.
Love it, my man. So go ahead, Rahul.
Yeah, that's awesome. So like basically when you came through the program, like you were doing all these organic posts, some were good, some flopped, but it took a little bit of momentum to get there because you just had to build your audience out, correct? Like you started off in real estate when I met you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So like for the people out here that are going to hear this for the very first time ever, like how long did it take you from implementing to closing your very first deal? And mind you, this guy was a brand new agency. Like I remember when I met Mikey, if I can make fun of you a little bit,
Yeah.
like I remember when I met him, this guy didn't have an agency. He was into fitness. He's a really fit guy. And he's like, hey, I want to like work out with people in the wilderness. And I'm like, okay. He's like, well, curl like trees and like curl by bushes and shit. I'm like, all right, let's scratch that off the list for a moment and let's write down what you really want to do. So he wrote down an agency and then we narrowed it down to real estate. And so this will come from like a perspective of just 1 year ago. So you can see how fast things can change. So when you implemented this, how long did it take you to get your very first paying client?
Yeah, to be honest, man, it takes about a week. If you do it correctly, you're going to get prospects right away. Closing deals might take a week, 2 weeks, depending on your offer, your pitch, that kind of stuff. And your back end and all the different factors, but getting qualified prospects in, it's easy. It really is. And it's, once you get it dialed in, you can SOP it out and put a VA or an ISA on it. And it runs itself. So
yeah, you totally streamline the process because like when it's something new, we're trying to eliminate the trial and error of what we're going to do today. So we can kind of give you guys some precision and direction and clarity to this process. But anything else you want to tell anybody in the audience before we get started?
Yeah, just real quick is I see a few familiar faces, but is there a lot of people in here that are kind of first timers as well with you guys?
Couple one in the chat, guys. If you're a first timer, or raise your hand.
Is this the first time you've seen our Perfect Stranger method? Yeah, one in the chat.
Oh, sick. You guys are in for a treat. Okay. Okay. Yes, there's a lot of them. All right. So guys, first off, real quick, whatever Cody and Rahul will tell you to do, send it, like do it and just implement it, because they've been doing this for so long. And I mean, we see how many participants do we have? 54 in here right now. They have audiences like this all the time. And how do you think they got you in the first place to get here? It's they practice what they preach, and they know how to kind of put themselves out there, provide value, get you hooked on, and then find out what it is you need, and then provide that for you as well. So whatever they pitch at you, and it's going to work, whatever the cost is, it's going to happen. You got to invest in yourself and your business. But these are proven systems, and this is probably the best place you can be if you're trying to get your pipeline consistently full, like bottom line, best place. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. And if you guys have other questions, feel free, or if anyone has questions off the bat.
Yeah, you can drop your questions in the chat. We'll be manning it. We have Jeff and Ben from our team that will be asking questions and whatnot in the chat as well. So just keep that open, and we'll get to everything that you guys need or ask during the presentation as well. I just wanted to bring on somebody else. If Casey and Cam are here, there's a couple windows. Let me flip over. If you guys can unmute. And kind of now I wanted to bring Mikey in for a reason and Casey and Cam in together for a reason. Mikey went through this process a year ago. And where's your revenue at now, Mikey, after a year?
We're almost at 100,000.
Okay, cool. And that's in
per
what
month,
duration?
guys,
Per month? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a multi-million-dollar business in 12 months. So this shit works with the systems and process. And we're going to focus in just on one piece through the presentation, the Perfect Stranger method. Of the whole enchilada, but I want to go from a totally opposite end of the spectrum of somebody we just started with less than 30 days ago, which is Cam and Casey. If you guys can unmute and kind of share your experience so far.
Yeah, absolutely. We're here. So guys, typically we're like side by side. So it's like you see both of us, but we've expanded. Our business has gotten to the point where we need to be in different rooms. So that in and of itself is, oh, Cam's going to join me. Probably easier. Let's do that.
Hello.
Cheers.
Yeah, let me go.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll just start. So I'm Casey. This is my husband and partner Cam. We run our digital marketing company together. We focus in real estate. So basically, we joined. What is it? March 2nd. We joined January 19th, and literally within less than 12 hours, we closed a $3K a month retainer with a brokerage with 3 agents. That was our second client ever. Like we started our real estate agency in November. We hopped on with Rahul, and it was like the first call that we had with Rahul, he just added so much value that like we took that and exactly what Mikey said, you listen to them and you just implement.
Yeah.
And like we closed that deal like before our onboarding call with these guys. So that was like wild. It already like paid for itself and we're like done. And then I mean, do you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I would say that for me really made a massive difference was it was like I felt like I kept running around in circles. Like we had gone a couple of months like and got one client, but it was like we closed that client over the course of those 2 months. Like it was just this long close, and I was just like, you know, what are we doing? And I really felt like we were just kind of running around with our heads cut off and not really knowing what
Like
to do.
busy being busy.
Exactly. And it's just that we kept doing the same things and kept getting the same results. And
Right.
then it was like we, the best way to describe it is essentially we were on an island, and it was like we were used to the sand, we were used to seeing the water and the coconuts, and we're getting tired of the bananas, but like we didn't know anything else. And it was like we knew that there was something tangible out there that we could do, but we couldn't see beyond like the island. And it was like Rahul is like, hey guys, I'm on the mainland here. It's like fucking awesome. Like we got like great stuff over here. We got stores, we got better.
We got money.
We got money, cars, anything you want. We got it over here. And we're like, oh, are you sure? But he's like, yeah, just take the leap of faith. Come swim over here. So we did.
Yeah.
And now that we can, like this whole world of possibility opened to us because we opened ourselves to this new way of thinking that Rahul and Cody really presented and created for us.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things that we didn't know what we didn't know. We didn't know what was holding us back. It really opened our eyes to, bottlenecks and really what was possible in terms of moving forward. I would say it was like entering, I don't know if anyone else here likes Harry Potter, but it was like entering like that Diagon Alley place where it's like, it's just like this one little shop, you go in and suddenly it's like, you're like, holy crap, like look at what's possible. And so these guys really opened up that doorway for us. So thank you for that.
Yeah, something I want to add also is just the fact that like there's like calls with them every single week. So like today, just before this, we were on a 2-hour call with Jeff role playing about sales.
Mhm.
And that was like huge because it's like taking my sales game to another level. And then there's like Wednesday's bottlenecks where we actually talk specifics about what our business needs. And then Fridays are like traffic. So like actually how to run ads. So it just kind of like put this framework there, which wasn't just like a course that we were watching, but actually in on the court with these professionals, like side by side. So like the best way that Cam described it to me earlier this week was just like we just feel like held. Like that's probably like the best way to describe it. Like you feel so vulnerable starting an agency, and it's like it can be really scary and overwhelming. And like it's just like being in this mastermind and this group of not just the coaches but the people all working towards the same goal. It's like you just feel really supported and like loved and held and appreciated.
Yeah, and not to mention the relationships we've built with other people who are like us in the group, which is fantastic.
Like Ollie, we like role play with him.
Hey,
Julie, like everybody's so tight knit. So
Charlie.
yeah.
We call it a family for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's honestly how I see all of you guys. You guys are family members. It's not just about supporting each other. You guys also help each other out. And I appreciate, every damn one of you for it. So that's great.
Yeah, so Cam and Casey have the record for the close like before a onboarding call even occurred. So when they joined us, but then I want to bring another record breaker on before we get into it. His name is Tejas. He closed 4K in recurring business 2 hours after the onboarding call. And it was just using a simple strategy we're going to walk you guys through. So there's a purpose behind us giving you these stories and bringing these people on, is to kind of get in your head that there is a better way. There's a more efficient way. There's a smarter way to do similar activities. Like I know plenty of people who go to the gym are still extremely out of shape, but when they get the right trainer, like a Mikey probably has, they finally get their rhythm, their motivation, then they're in shape, they're eating right and everything. And we want to do that same thing with the agency. So Tejas, if you can unmute and kind of talk about your experience with us so far too, using the perfect stranger method we're about to teach.
Yeah, hey guys. So basically, reason when I was looking to join this guys was one of them. Basically, I was looking for somebody. There's a lot of people trying to teach online marketing. Like you can watch YouTube videos, right? But it's really different on what they teach on what actually works, right? So when I was looking for some help, I wanted to make sure I was looking for the right mentor, like Cody and Rahul. I reached out to this guys. Like this guys are they have the skin in the game, right? They are like one of the best. They're actually preaching, not just preaching, they're actually practicing everything and doing everything that they teach us, right? After joining their program, everything from the some of the things that we talked about, even some small nuggets here and there, they make huge difference. One of the things that they basically told me, hey, I was talking to Rahul on how the quickest way, and some of the things he told me, just reach out to your existing clients, right, and tell them some of the things that have worked for them and how would they like more help to help them increase their business. That's exactly what I did. And I was able to close more sales within a couple of hours, right? So that's what I was mentioning about. But I've been amazing experience with their program. These guys are they give a lot, no BS. When I believe when I joined their program, it was just basically, I think we were a few students. It was one call every Wednesday. It would last for, instead of 1 hour, 1.5 hours, it will keep on going from 2 hours and 2.5 hours, sometimes I believe 3 hours. And they always come up with different ideas. They see that people were looking more help. It went from 1 day to 3 days now. They divided their time slot. Now they're even doing one-on-one on Wednesday. So they always come up with some new ideas on how to help everybody on the level they expect, or they see they're monitoring on where they need help. They jump in. So that's just some of the things that you guys gonna get. And it's like they're holding really nothing back. Anytime we have something, they jump in, they share, we see that's exactly what they're doing. On top of that, the group, the community that these guys have built is amazing. Everybody's out there providing support, helping each other out. It's insane value. I think this is one of the best investment I have made into my business. So I would highly recommend this to anybody, for sure.
Awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your story with everybody here. I know that'll be inspiring so they can think of what's possible as they go through this, because there's a better way than just being stuck. And Cam and Casey had mentioned they were just doing the same thing over and over, trying to expect a different result. And that's just not going to happen. It never has, and it never will, because Thomas Edison said it years ago. So, I mean, we can just actually believe that to be accurate and true. So let's get through. And Cody, why don't you kind of kick off the process here? But first, really quickly, I want to know where everybody's from. So there's 64 of you guys on here total. If I can get 64 comments in this chat thread right now, and whoever's on Facebook Live, drop where you're actually dialed in from, the city or state or both. Awesome. We got Las Vegas in the house. Love it.
Canada, what's up? Toronto,
South Bend, love it. Mesa, Arizona, Cali, that's where I'm from.
Morocco,
Rahul's backyard, yeah.
the Starbucks by Rahul's house.
Alvin lives to the right. He rents my yard.
Awesome, guys, all over the place, loving it. Oh, we got a good solid amount of Canadians in here repping me. That's good. That's good.
We're interconnected. We have a border, so you're part of the family now.
Guys, what is today? Let me tell you right now, today is us opening up our arms and allowing all the rest of you guys into our family for a day or two. And if you choose to take action even further and go with us tomorrow too, we take even more action. This is a quarterly mastermind where you're seeing these people we're bringing on. These are our GSD family. These guys are absolutely crushing it. And we wanted to bring more of you guys on here to learn some of the stuff so that you guys can take action and kind of take those next steps, right? Those next first steps towards your goals with us today. So if you want to pre-frame what today is, yeah, it's a training. You're going to learn exactly how to absolutely get out there and generate free qualified appointments with clients every single day, every single month. You're going to learn how to fuel a prospecting engine that can get you off the roller coaster, right? That can make your life predictable and allow you to not have to burn out and allow you to not have to reach those emotional lows every time you lose a client, or those emotional highs where every time you get one. You can flatten it out a little bit and understand the pattern of growth, understand exactly the way you can achieve this. And every now and then we get a guy who shows up who's Iron Man and provides us all with a little bit of entertainment, and then he hides himself again, and that's fine. We're going to call him our family mascot. Don't hide, Cam. Come on, you're going to be Iron Man. You got to be Iron Man, man. Embrace that. So if you guys are here for that, if you guys want to partake with our family today, crush it and learn this shit, drop me like a 1 or a hell yeah or a let's effing go in the chat, and let's get the energy going, pumped up, go a little bit, and let's start and kick this thing off a little bit. All right, everybody. So again, we got Mr. Jeff here and Mr. Ben. If you see them in the comments talking to you like they know what the hell they're saying, it's because they are on our team and they do want to help you guys answer your questions and talk to you throughout the chat. So if you see them in there, make sure you are friendly and react to them. I'm also going to be monitoring the chat myself. Guys, we will do some Q&A at the end as well. Okay, so if you guys have questions, hell, I'll try to answer them as we go along. Rahul will try to answer them. Jeff will try to answer them. There's a whole team of us here trying to help you guys absolutely crush it. So if we miss any of that, don't worry, we'll come back around. You can always ask again. So I guess, Mr. Rahul, do you think it's time to just get into this shit? Eh? Anything else you want to say before we do it?
Oh, really quickly, guys, get a bottle of water if you don't have one, and go get a pad of paper and a pen. We're going to need that and a writing instrument. We're not going to use Google Docs. We're going to use old school pad of paper and pen. That's the best way you're going to embed this in your brains. Okay. It'll be better than Google Drive or Google Docs. So if you can just grab that pad of pen, we'll start in like 30 seconds and then we'll go.
All right. We're doing a countdown. I'm going to talk to myself for 30 seconds. Everybody in the GSD knows Cody likes to hear himself talk every now and then. So that's what we're doing right now. Listening. Guys, you know what we call ourselves? GSD. Do you know what that stands for? Put it
What
in
does
the
it
chat.
stand for? What does it stand for, Cody?
Oh, is that Iron Man? I hear him. I hear Iron Man. Is he talking? It stands for get shit done, guys. That's what we're doing today. All right. We're here to get shit done. So get that pen and paper, get the blood pumping.
Yeah, and we're gonna, like, I'm wearing a Blockbuster hat for a reason. It's because a lot of people are marketing as if they are Blockbuster, but there's the Netflix. So we're gonna bring your marketing game up a level. So all the energy that you put out will not go lost. It'll put you in the position for today. So a lot of people have worked hard for years, weeks, months, wherever you are in your journey. All of that is to finally get some sort of clarity, and the journey is different for everybody. So we'll help clarify this one piece of the process for you today. And let's get into it. We got our pens, we got our papers, and let's rock.
All right, guys, let's get shit done. Today, what are we talking about? We're talking about how to find your customers free, fast, and with a purpose. What do I mean by with a purpose? I mean, people who are actually raising their hand for a reason. They're actually saying to you, I'm interested in what you have to say, and I have a purpose of actually speaking to you further about that. And what are we going to teach you how to use it with? It's just your Facebook profile. It's all you need. Build an audience, leverage your profile, leverage content, and push it forward. Who here has an offer, a service, and a Facebook profile? Smash that one button if you have those assets, if that's what you've got waiting, sitting there ready to go. Should be every single one of you guys, right? One, guys, you have that. Okay, cool. So every one of you guys that just put that one in the chat has exactly what you need to make this shit work. It's not much, right? Beyond this, you've got two things to leverage in life, guys. Two things. You've got money, whether it's your own or somebody else's, and you've got time, whether it's your own or somebody else's. So with the assets you just said you all have, guess what? Now you can leverage one of those and actually make this shit work. I want to show you guys how our students are generating 50 plus free appointments with qualified clients every single month. I did a survey recently in the group, figured out what they're actually doing. That's what they're hitting. All right. And if you're ready to finally stop spinning your tires, guys, and by spinning your tires, I mean riding that roller coaster. Okay. I mean, God, you know, you lose a client, it's the end of the world. You get a client, it's the best thing ever. But it always seems like you're just trying so hard to stay in that one place. And the reason for you being stuck is because guess what, guys? You've got no predictable system. The reason you're emotionally low when you lose a client is because you're not sure where that next one's going to come from. The reason you're so high when you get a client is because it's probably the best thing that's ever happened to you. You're not sure how it happened, and you're not sure if you deserve it in the first place. All right. But if we create a predictable system, an engine, and fuel it and do this properly, now you can count on this stuff every single day. Now you can stop spinning your tires and actually build a stable multiple six-figure business. If that's what you're really looking to do, then 100,000,000% you're in the right place. Okay, this is it. This is where you need to be to take that first step. Now, what we're not going to have enough time to show you today, guys, is the complete formula to building a 7-figure plus marketing agency, or how to get all of your free time back and start really enjoying that business again. The only reason I bring that up is because, look, the pieces to the puzzle, the full roadmap, okay, is what you need to be able to truly build what I call a foundationally stable agency. All right. And that means, you know, there's ceilings you're going to hit, there's build phases, there's growth phases, and there's foundations you need to build and put into place every step of the way to make sure that you don't grow too fast and collapse in on yourself, to make sure you can sustainably build this business. Because we're not here in the service of quick wins. All right. You're going to see a lot of people out there. They're going to teach you how to make that first couple $1,000s, and that's it. Okay. What you don't see is that they turn around down the road a couple months later, they lose those clients. They don't know how to get the next one. They didn't build that foundation. And so they end up collapsing in on themselves. They end up not being able to build a stable, actual business. They create a job, a quick win, a quick testimonial that you can throw out there in the world, but that's it. And because they didn't create the foundations and build this properly by having a true roadmap, they break. They end up losing. And all you ever get to see on your end is the success, the reel that you see on social media, which is the highlight reel that everybody shows you and not the back end. That's why we bring on people who have stories like Mikey, when he was talking to you, who was in our program a year ago and now has a stable $100,000 a month agency and has for a year now, because this is the kind of shit, when you build it properly, that's how you do it. Today, guys, we're going to be showing you a little slither of this right here, organic and offer. And there's way more even just to these two things, but we're going to show you how to take that first step. All right. Because there's a reason I keep this book right here. Good to Great, Jim Collins. It's an old business book. All right. In this book, he talks about the giant flywheel and how every little push of momentum gets that wheel to move just a little bit. And how after years and years and years, you see people who you think is an overnight success story because they push that flywheel and it just spins and goes through rotations. But what you didn't see was the 100,000 little tiny full pushes that he did to get there in the first place. That's what we're going to do today, guys. All right. You're pushing, pushing, pushing. I want you to keep pushing in that direction. And I want to show you what the next push is going to be, because we're going to show you this little slither. To truly build a successful 7-figure agency, you need to have the traffic that fuels your sales, that's sustained by your systems, and be able to do this in the right place and have the roadmap to do the right part at the right part. And that's what we teach, guys. And full transparency, obviously, as with everything, guys, you are going to get an opportunity to work with us more at the end of the day. We're not bullshitting you, but we are going to give you this today, this full little picture, this full little next step. Like I said, guys, if you don't build the right foundation, what's going to happen? I've already gone over it. Okay. You're going to lose clients just as fast as you get them. You're never going to grow past that ceiling. You're going to run into those ceilings. We hit a number of ceilings in businesses. Okay. Energy, where we're forcing ourselves to work with people we don't want to and therefore can't scale. We run into problems of custom work, where we're stretching ourselves into a million directions. And we've listened to too many Gary Vaynerchuk videos telling me to hustle all day. And so I think I just got to work harder, and I'll make it. And so I've been taught to just do it all myself and forgot that no matter how much of a hustler I am, I can actually only work so many damn hours in a day. Eventually, I got to learn to work smarter, not hustle harder, right? And you'll keep running into these ceilings because you don't have anybody to help you. You're never going to be confident where your next client's going to come from. You'll be stuck. And eventually there's that word that we all fear as agency owners, but hey, you know, you got to learn it. You're going to end up burnt out because you're stretching yourself too thin, because you're not building the proper foundation, because what you ended up doing was, you know, creating a job for yourself, that thing that none of us wanted to do. And the reason we all became entrepreneurs was to, you know, work for ourselves and not end up working for somebody else. But when we just build ourselves a job, you end up getting burnt out because you're not happy, because that's not what you wanted to do. Now, full stop, guys. How many people does that make sense for? Like, how many of you feel that right now, that might be you, that might be something that, you know, you really need this today, really because you need to get past that, or it's something that you're starting to find yourself in and it's something you want to get past. I'm seeing a bunch of ones in the chat, guys. I love it. Thank you for being honest. That's
Yeah,
gonna be my
and
first point.
play full out here, because I mean that's how you're gonna get the most out of it. So it's okay to kind of just express yourself and be a little bit vulnerable, because I know that we have like our egos we got to play with too. But this is a time to learn and scale. So we want to be able to know where you are now, so we can help through this whole process. Because if you guys have questions, we'll answer them while we're here live together today. And keep continuing, Cody.
No, my point. I'm super thankful, guys. I've seen a bunch of you dropping the ones in the chat. That's you guys being full out right now. That's you guys being honest with the rest of the people that are here. And I love that, because this is how you can actually get shit done, right? By first admitting that is the situation you might be in and that you might need some help from it. But all of this, guys, can be avoided, okay, by actually building the right system. All right. Now, this is all just the same stuff. Let's just go back a little bit. What I'm talking about today specifically for the system is the first piece of the puzzle. All right. So if this, all you guys right here who's saying one, all of you guys who are playing full out with us, this is the first piece of the puzzle to get you past that. All right. Exactly the right place for you to be able to get started. One more time, it's right here that we're going to be playing. Now you can see there's a lot more pieces of the puzzle that we can go over at another time. But today, let's get this started. Let's help you guys out and build a predictable system. Now, when our students implemented these strategies, it helped them build their dream companies. Now, a bunch of these guys are here with us today. You've heard from a few of them. All right. You've actually listened to their stories from their own mouth, seen how they're building stable companies by having predictable systems. And it's doing stuff like this that actually allows them to hit those marks. And like Jeff said in the chat, guys, if you have questions, any questions whatsoever as we go along, drop them in there. We are going to get to them. The point here is today to over deliver. Okay, I want at the end of this whole thing for you guys to be sitting there going, wow, all my questions are answered. I know exactly what to do to take that next step.
Yeah, and on this screen really quick, I want to point out two key things. Like a lot of these guys are in their 20s. I'm in my 40s now. So the sooner you learn this stuff, the sooner you're going to actually be able to get these types of results. So like Mikey and Justin's like Mikey's in his low 20s. Justin was a 19-year-old when he came to us. And then at the bottom, you see Luke and my pre-coronavirus haircut. Luke closed $120,000 in Q4 of last year alone, a 19-year-old kid while he was going to University of Michigan. My number one advice probably goes against his parents' advice. I said, drop out because you can now hire your professors because this is too big of a business to dick around with college. So I don't know if he took that or not, but yeah, this is why we stress so much before we even get into the training of continuously what's possible, because that's when you know you can do it too. People who are either lost, confused, burned out. And on the left, Cody May, I know that when he came to us, he'd lost a whole bunch of revenue, a bunch of clients about to cancel. And then we were able to immediately replace that in the first month. You can see the story. You can watch the interviews, 22,000 in MRR in his first month. MRR is monthly recurring revenue. And he closed a $51,000 website project deal with a $4,100 retainer per month, all from using these systems.
Now, guys, we want you to take a second with Rahul, who wants to really dig in before we get into what we're actually. Oh, Oliver wants to shout out. My boy, I'm sorry. Oliver's on here too.
Listen,
how are we gonna not talk about the man?
You guys are talking about 20-year-olds, right? People in their 20s. I'm literally standing right there in that beautiful blue blazer, right? I had to take out a mortgage for that blazer. That was $80 at the time. That was a lot of money.
Love it, my man. How old are you? Tell the crowd, how old are you?
I actually just turned 27 2 days ago.
Beautiful. In his 20s. Taking.
Man, what an old man.
Look at Assad. I love Assad.
Old man. I got my wife and 2 kids also, so I start everything young, but this was a great decision to come onto this program.
Yeah, I saw Assad's a 22-year-old dropout. I'm a 42-year-old dropout, but I dropped out when I was 20. So took my talents to the world of agency marketing. So that's what I've ever been doing since. So yeah, that's awesome. Keep going, Cody.
Love it, my man. No, you're gonna take over. I want to see drop a 1 in the chat, guys. We want to do a little visualization exercise with you. Now, don't be afraid. This is not woo-woo shit. This is where you can actually take a second and plan it out. Because if we want to actually get to where we want to go, first we have to say that shit out loud. We have to internalize it. We have to own our goals in order to make sure that we can see a clear path to actually hitting them. So before we go any further, I want to see drop a 1 down in the chat if you want to do this little exercise with us. And then Rahul, if we get a few ones in, I want to see at least 5, 10. There we go. There's a bunch in there. Then I'll let Rahul take over and he can kind of walk you guys through it.
I want to see a bunch more ones. Let's keep going. Who wants to kind of put their, like, declare their goals right now together? Because this is an exercise that we consistently do all the time. I just went over this with our own team just the other day, and I still have the note card somewhere on my desk of what those goals are. So I take a picture and then we go over those goals on a regular basis, because it's so easy when you're alone sitting at home, or you have a salesperson in a different country or state or not next to you. It's so easy to say, oh, I'll just do it next month. Oh, I got close enough. That's all fucking bullshit, because we want to we make the goal as our minimum viable effort to actually achieve it, not almost get there. It's not like when you run a marathon and you run 26 miles, you almost ran a marathon. You didn't actually run one. You have to go those last 0.2 miles to actually say you did it. So same thing here with our businesses. Because we're alone, we still have to remain disciplined, and the community helps us a lot. So let's get our pens and papers out really quickly. So 2 in the chat once you have your pen and paper ready to rock, and then we're just going to write down some stuff, and then we're going to do a quick visualization exercise. We'll get a stretch. Actually, really quickly, let's all kind of stand up really quick, and I'm going to move my camera, but let's just get a quick little stretch, and kind of get a sip of water if you need it. Just kind of like, just do whatever you need to do. I'm going to go sideways. Certainly need it. I got my belly fat coming out of the bottom of my shirt, so I need a trainer. Cody's too skinny now, so he doesn't have that problem I have. That's why I'm wearing an oversized jacket so nobody can see it. All right, I'm just gonna get my arms going. All right, we should have Noah come on and do a warm-up exercise next time we do this, so we can get what a professional MMA person will do. Anyways, all right, so let's get our goals going. All right, piece of paper handy. We're going to go through this quickly. It's going to take a few minutes, then we're going to close our eyes and do a visualization. So I want you to go horizontal on the paper. So if you have it vertical, turn it horizontal, and then on the top left of your piece of paper, I want you to write down, what is your current monthly recurring revenue on average on the top left. So take a second to do that. And once you've done that, I want you to draw an arrow with like a line and an arrow pointing to the right. And on the right side of this paper, all the way on the edge, what's your 12-month monthly recurring revenue goal? So is it 50K? Is it 100K? So when on March 2022, where must you be in your life, your revenue, so you're satisfied? So pick a goal. For some of you guys, you'll put 10K. For other of you guys, you'll put 100K. But it's important to declare that now, so you have a roadmap on how to get there. Now, in the middle of the line, what's the difference between that number? So if you're at 10K now and you put 100K, in the middle, I want you to do $90,000, and then go ahead and circle that number. That is your gap. And then I'm going to ask you guys to do a little bit of math. You may need to pull out your phones or use the calculator on your computer. And then underneath the number you just wrote down in the middle that you just circled, times that by 12. Because now you know your annual future run rate. So it's really important. So if you're at 0 and you want to get to 100K, that's $1.2 million we got to solve for. We have to have a plan in place to be able to get there. Absent of a plan, we'll never get there. We'll just be guessing the rest of our lives, and we'll only be satisfied, not ecstatic with our results. And then 3 in the chat once you guys are done with your math. And happy birthday, Oliver. Happy 27th. Okay, we got some 3s. Cool. Keep going. Let's all get in there. Every one of you guys, let's participate. Don't just, even you guys, even Jeff, Ben, you guys get up in there. Cool. All right. Now what we're going to do on the left side of the piece of paper, let's write down the numbers 1, 2, and 3 in order. What are 3 things you know you need to do to reach your goal? That may be hiring somebody. That may be getting better at marketing, doing more videos. What are 3 things you know you need to be doing to be able to get closer to that goal? And if you have questions about that, ask it in the chat right now. One of our goals is more role play. We need to get stronger at triages. We need to get stronger at our text message game. So we're always trying to improve, even if it's just one word choice. So it's hard to find that one word choice, even if it's the word I versus the word you. Those make a difference in psychology of communication. Now, on the right side, I want you to write down 3 things that you're doing that you need to eliminate from your life. Like, what are 3 things you're doing to self-sabotage yourself? You partying too much, drinking too much, eating too much fast food, hired the wrong person. So 3 things on the right. And then Jeff, if you have that link, just have it ready in just a second. When you guys are done, you're going to go ahead and put the word done in the chat. And Sala, for me, I'm not very fluent in English. I can't achieve my dreams due to that, or can I hire someone? Both. Like turn your accent into a weapon, because we are all sounding the same. We all have no accent whatsoever. Turn that into a weapon of your advantage. So I know plenty of people who have Italian accents, French accents, etc. That's just in your head. Customers just truly don't care. Okay, tell me when you guys are done. I'll give it another 10 seconds or 15 seconds right now. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna have Jeff drop a link in the chat, and we'll fill this out right after. So go ahead, Jeff, if you don't mind, drop that survey in the chat. What you just wrote down, I want you to document on that link. It's going to ask you those exact same questions, and it's going to hold you guys accountable. So I want to take 30 more seconds. Just everybody right now at the same time, if you can click that link. Let's document this right now here today. Doesn't work. Let's see. Let me click it. Does it work for anybody else?
It's working for me.
Okay, I got it up. Maybe you got to copy and paste the link for yourself. That might help. And this piece of paper that you guys have written down on, if you don't mind, put today's date and the actual timestamp as well, just so you have it. And we'll have you just take a picture of it for your own well-being, and you'll heart it in your phones, or that's on an iPhone. If you have another type of phone, figure out how you can save it so it's there for you. And if you have a folder, if you have albums, maybe you can make an album called Goals so you don't lose it, and you can check it out every single morning when you wake up, because that's important. Repetition is the mother of success. That's the best line I've ever heard. If you want to get good at fighting, you practice fighting. If you want to get good at soccer, you practice juggling, passing, moves, etc. So everything's repetition. Everything we're doing here in life, or anything for that matter, is all learned behavior. Because I know plenty of like really shitty people that got extremely good by just a lot of practice. Some people need more of it, and other people are a little bit can pick things up quicker. So it doesn't make them a natural, it just makes them a quicker learner. All right. So while you guys are filling that in, I'm going to just give like 30 more seconds. I'm just going to grab a sip of water really fast, and then we'll get into a quick visualization exercise. And then we're going to get rocking and rolling, I promise. So thanks for kind of sticking around with this. It's all going somewhere. So this is going to make all this shit real and more intense. And that's the whole goal of this. All right, we ready to go? Can I get this party started? Let me know in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. All right, anybody else ready to rock? Cool. All right, well, let's just get started. Okay, cool. So I'm going to ask you guys right now, like, if you can turn your cameras on, if you have a camera. We're going to do this all together. So everybody who's out there on this chat, if you're on Facebook Live right now watching this, just do it with us, play along. Everybody turn your cameras on. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. And I'm just going to ask you guys right now, like, everybody just kind of close your eyes right now, and I'll tell you when to open them. So don't open them. Like, let's all right now close our eyes. The purpose of this is to get you into your peak frame and visualize that anything can be done if you allow yourself to do it. Nothing can stop you but you. That person in the mirror is your biggest fan and your biggest enemy. So we want to make it the biggest fan. So we're going to use this exercise, clear all our minds of distractions, stress, everything for a moment. So just kind of go with me. I'll tell you exactly what to do and just follow this process, because this is to eliminate any obstacles from reaching, whether it's a personal goal like fitness or a financial goal like reaching that number that you wrote down, so you can do the things that you want to do, like family time, vacations, eat nice meals, not have to check your bank account every single time you want to make a purchase or think about something. You can kind of just do it as you do. So just relax right now. Think of nothing. Just clear your mind completely. Just kind of let your arms dangle, your feet flat on the floor, sit upright, just completely get yourself in a state of total relaxation and just be present. So we're going to take some deep breaths right now. We're going to go 5 deep breaths, and we're just going to over exaggerate the noise that we're going to make of the inhale and the exhale. So when you inhale, we're just going to go hard. So on 3, we'll go inhale, and we'll do it 5 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. All right, keep your eyes closed. So right now, what I want you to do is think about 12 months from today, that you in 12 months, your future, like you've reached all the goals you just set for yourself. You've eliminated all the self-sabotage items in your life. You've implemented the 3 things or more that you've written down as your priorities to get you where you want to go. Both your personal, your financial goals are met. You've got dream clients. Your business is just operating at a peak performance right now. Like, the relationships you have in business and personal life, your family, are just super significant to you now. So even like those annoying people in your life, they're not even bothering you or phasing you at all anymore, even those pesky clients. So think about how that state feels, that future state, like if you were able to get there. Now, how much money did you save? Like, how much cash have you piled up in your bank account? Or what investments have you made that you've always wanted to make? Like, how does it feel to be like, how grateful would you be if you're just right now at the top of your goals? You already reached that mountaintop and you're already building to build a bigger mountain. What about those people that have supported you all along the journey, whether it's family, friends, mentors that helped you get there? Think of what you'd actually say to them if you saw them right here, right now. Somebody who helped you, whether it was a coach, whether it was an actor, a mentor, a YouTube star, whoever it may be. Like, what would you say to them if they got you where you want to go and they were a big part of your success? Think about what you're driving. Like, what kind of car? Have you upgraded? Have you downgraded? Have you stayed the same? I mean, that's a material thing, but a lot of people have dreams and wishes to upgrade their car. Like, what would you be driving? Beamer, Lambo, regular car? I'm a Toyota guy personally. I'm Indian. It's point A to point B. Did you upgrade your home? Build on it, get a bigger one? Maybe finally take that vacation or go on that honeymoon that you've always wanted to go on with your significant other. Now, take a second. Like, what would you reward yourself with? Like, if you hit this, like, what would be your reward to yourself? Would it be a nice meal? Would it be taking your best buds out to a ball game, your family somewhere? Maybe support your family, buy your mom a house, your dad, or somebody significant to you. Now, let's go back to where we are now, and let's just pretend we see our future self, our 12-month person just ahead. So you're right behind them and you're running up to him or her and you're getting really close. Like, what does he or she look like now? Like, what are they wearing? What's their confidence like? The swagger they have in their step, in their communication. Now let's take a peek inside our businesses if we were right in our 12-month state. But this time, all our bottlenecks are solved. You walk into your office and everything's churning exactly the way you want it, how you wanted it, when you wanted it. Your marketing's going well. Your leads are being pre-qualified or already are qualified. Your technology is not broken with zaps breaking all the time. Emails, texts, all the chatbots go out, all working for you. Your sales are on point. It's like every conversation you're having is magical. It's like the perfect client over and over again. And you finally have everything you wanted. You're like Superman or Superwoman, but there's no kryptonite to you. What would that feel like if you had those roadblocks removed, stopping you from your goals? Now just focus for a second. Now that 12-month future is right in front of you. That person, that future you that has no limit. Now step inside their body. How does that feel? How do you feel right now? More confident, more powerful, top of the world? Now, before you open your eyes, let's take that energy with us. And I'm going to type something in the chat really quick. So don't open your eyes yet. We're going to do a little Tony Robbins chant. Okay. It's kind of embarrassing, but we're going to do it together. Okay. And I'm going to ask you guys to come off mute. So this is straight up from Tony Robbins. And this was one of those moments. I'm already a pretty motivated person without rah bullshit. But this is the most uncomfortable shit I ever did. And it helped me so much 2 years ago. Here, I'm just typing it. Okay, let's open our eyes. Now, let's all go together. So I just typed it in the chat. Hop over to the Zoom chat. All right, guys. So it's line by line. We're going to go, it's my time. I will not be denied. I add massive value and find a way to victory. And again, this is Tony Robbins. So this is not mine. This is not my chant. This is just something that really inspires and motivates me. And it just creates a physiological change in our inner being when we kind of just chant this shit out, kind of like with Noah when he's preparing for a fight, when he was a fighter, he's just psyching himself out. And this is what we need to do every single day for our business. So we no longer have those days where it's like, fuck, I could just sleep in a little bit more. Oh, I want to avoid that phone call. Oh, I want to not do what I need to do because I can just do it later. This is going to be our time. Okay. So let's go. Everybody unmute for me. Everybody off mute. On camera. Let's go on camera, off mute. There's 63. Don't be shy, guys. Yeah, this is going to be fucking uncomfortable. We're all going to be talking over each other and uncomfortable as shit. And it's kind of embarrassing even for me too. But when you do it in front of 2,000 people and you're like spitting on people's faces accidentally and punching people in the chest that you don't even know, this we're just going to do together. So we're just going to go, it's my time. I will not be denied. I add massive value and find a way to victory. So now let's go at that pace right now together. If we're off, just keep going through it. Fight through the noise. So everybody please unmute. And then on 3, we're going to say this 3 times. So can you guys see it in the chat? I'm going to paste it one more time. It's just one line. Trust me, this is going to fucking help. I'm going to paste it right there. So on 3, you guys ready? Yes. Yes. Everybody ready?
Yes.
All right.
Count us in.
Yes.
Say it again.
Count us in. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, on 3. So after I say the number 3, then we go. Okay.
All right.
So ready? 1, 2, 3. It's
It's
my
my
time.
time. It will not be denied.
Add massive value and
Way to victory. It's my time.
and
I will not be denied. Add massive value and find a way to victory.
my time.
Go on, read it one more
time.
time.
I will
Not be denied.
Away to victory.
Are you in the way to victory?
It's my time.
My time.
Massive value and find a way to victory.
Wow, you guys are off, but I'm glad we all did it together.
It's my
So just
time.
tell me one more thing,
It's
guys.
my time.
Unmute everybody and say it's my time together.
Let's do it
All right,
10
1,
times.
2, 3. It's
my
time.
One last time, but as like just yell as loud as you can, even if people are around you. Ready? All right, on 3. 1,
That's too funny.
3. It's my
It's my
time.
time.
My time.
Will not be denied.
Let's do it. All right, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Let's dive back into this. So hopefully you guys feel a little energy inside of you guys. We're woken up. That visualization exercise is very important to me. We do it all the time internally. I recommend everybody do this themselves all the time. Just reset and refocus. Just because that's why we're working. We need that motivation when we're in this lonely island of home and our teams are all separated. So that's why it's so important to just kind of just keep your fucking focus, just like a Mamba mentality. Think Kobe Bryant if you're a Laker fan, or whoever your favorite hero is in sports or otherwise. And that's what I think about all the time is what would Kobe do? And then I just put those actions into words, because if he's going to work at 4 a.m, I'm going to work at 4 a.m. So I don't want to lose. And that's what I want you guys to think too. All right, Cody, take her away, baby. Let's get that screen share going. If you guys need to grab a sip of water really quick, or just roll your shoulders, just shake it out, baby, because now here comes the time where you're going to grab that pen and paper.
All right, guys. Who is energized? Who is ready to go? Tell me. Yeah, look, I'm pumped in the
Ready to
chat.
rock.
I won in the chat. Hell yes. Get shit done. That's what I want to hear about. All the people who are ready to do it. I'm ready, guys. We do this almost every masterclass, this visualization thing, and I play along every single damn time. Because that shit is good for the mind. All right. That's good to clear those thoughts, to envision who you want to be. I always say to people, look, you want to be a certain thing, right? As a person, as a company, as a business, look at what that is, visualize like we just did about how those people, that person, that company would act and present themselves, and do that now. Okay. Exist and present yourself and take action as if you were already the person and company you want to be, because that's how you're going to get there. Oh man, I want to swear all the time, but I'm trying not to swear to you guys. I don't know who likes swearing. Let's go. That's all I'm going to say. No F words, no French. I'm Canadian. It drops out every now and then, but guys, perfect stranger method. All right. I'm not even going to do this part. We're going to introduce ourselves. Rahul, if you want to quickly go over who you are to these people before we go.
Yeah, I'm just Rahul. And
This guy's Rahul. He's
that's
owned an
it.
agency for 16 years.
Yeah,
What's
we-
that music?
Somebody out. That's
All right, guys. All you guys are gangsters and you all unmuted because we requested it. I humbly request that you all remute yourself. I loved that Asian music, though. We might play that later on, but we'll come back around to it. I myself have run one for about 10 years. Millions in ad spend, lots of clients, hundreds of success stories. You guys get the point. Let's get into this shit. Let's think it's time to actually start getting some shit done. Let's go. All right. So who is this going to help the most, guys? All right. I want you guys to really think this through. If you haven't hit your first 5K month, 20K month, 100K month yet, because you don't have a predictable system, that's who this is going to work for. People who are ready, itching, and have a desire to change it. You know what? I love every fucking one of you guys, because there's been 60 plus people here already for an hour, and you're still here ready to take action. So it's exactly for people just like you. I know you're not sponges. I know you're taking notes, and I know you're not lazy. So let's go. All right. What we're going to show you today is a full list of posts that actually generate engagement, leads, and actual appointments. All right. We're going to show you examples of real conversations so that we can actually show you how it's worked inside of Messenger, not just theoretical crap. This is going to actually be stuff that's worked inside of Messenger. All right. We're also going to show you how to get started and build up an audience so that when you do post, there's actually people there who give a shit about it and are going to actually say, hey, I'm interested in that. And we're going to show you how to keep that engine fueled, because at the end of the day, that's what this is. It's a prospecting engine, and you need to learn a few different parts of that engine. One, the fuel that goes into it, and two, how the engine works. Once you have all of that together, that's when the predictability of it comes along. And I can't stress enough, guys, that the predictability of a business, that's how you start to have success. That's how you have a business and not a job. Predictability in, you know, your processes to offload your stuff to your employees and know that the quality is not going to dip. Predictability in knowing where your next clients are going to come from. All of this is super important. All right. We're also going to show you where to go to create a network of ideal clients and how to initiate these conversations. All right. Now, full stop. This is not a spam strategy. All right. We are not teaching you guys how to go out and bug every person in the entire universe and how to be one of those people just blasting out DMs and hoping to God something works. You're not throwing dynamite into the lake and hoping that a few of the fish die. That's not what we're trying to do. All right. We are talking about permission-based marketing, relationship-based marketing, and we're leveraging audience growth, content, and permission-based questions along the way so that you're not interrupting them in a sense that's going to shock their system and cause them to put up their middle fingers and tell you to screw off. It's a way to get them to actually engage with you, and not only engage with you, but be expecting the conversation, number one, and be willing to further the conversation, number two. If you can get those two elements in this kind of marketing, that's how you're going to see success. All right. You want to initiate the conversation to Messenger, and you want to take it from building up rapport to closing without sounding pushy. Permission, transition, appointment. Does that make sense so far? Drop a 1 in the chat if that's clear. If what I'm saying is coming in, drop me a 2 if you can't hear me at all, and drop me a 3 if I sound completely ridiculous to you. All right, we got ones, 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 ones. Beautiful. Beautiful. The best part about this, guys, is that you don't need to have a huge following right now. Okay, a lot of people, I would say 99.9% of the students that come in do not actually have an audience, or they've got an audience of their friends, or, you know, they've got a couple of people they've connected with, a couple of clients, and, you know, they're afraid sometimes, you know, man, when I post right now, I'm talking to my damn self. I can go live on my feed all day long, but nobody gives a shit, right? You don't need a big following with what we're going to show you. You don't need a fancy funnel. Okay. I see too many of you guys, all you marketers out there, raise your hand, drop a 1 in the chat if this sounds like you. You spend 90% of your time trying to make that perfect fancy ass funnel. You think that landing page is going to be the best thing ever. You wrote that post and you can't wait to get that one post out there, but you didn't stop to think about, you know, all that time you're wasting. And if the market doesn't give a shit, the market doesn't give a shit. All right. We're marketers. And yet we sometimes, you know, we forget about simple marketing things that we talk about for our clients, but we don't use for ourselves. All right. You don't need to take a course on Facebook ads, Google ads, any of that shit to learn this. All you need is a desire to be great, to want to transform your business and your personal life, a cell phone, a laptop. Honestly, you could just do it from your cell phone. But yeah, let's get a laptop too, and to implement what you see. All I really want, guys, is to understand that you need to take action. And I want to take a point. Cam just said before the GSDS, like you were the chosen one with every post funnel. There's a lot of stuff out there too, right? If you've never looked at story copy, story brand, if you've never went and read that and how it talks about you need to be the Yoda. Okay, you need to be the guide. You look at every story, there's a Yoda in there somewhere, the guide that helps the hero learn how to become the hero. That's what our job is for our clients. It's not to be the hero of their story, because nobody wants that. It makes sense to you as a realtor to say, I've won all these awards and do all this stuff, or as a marketer to be like, I've helped all these people do all this shit. That's the proof. That should be the next part of the story when somebody asks you about the 310s and why they should trust you. But to start the conversation, it's really all about how can you be the guide for them to be the hero of their own story. And we really want to leverage a lot of that in the content and all this stuff and going, right? The build it, they will come mentality that some of you guys go into it with is flawed. It's figure out what's going to start the conversations and then build everything else around it. Figure out what's actually going to get people to raise their hands and then improve the rest of the process. Now here's the 7-step perfect stranger method. Everybody go run for that snip tool, screenshot this shit. You know you want to. I want to make sure you can save it. All right. Number 1, identify your niche so you can be laser focused, clear, and confident that you're the expert. Number 2, set up your profile funnel to maximize results. Join some Facebook groups in that niche, attract your ideal audience, add friends to your network. Okay. Fuel, 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 fuel. Post cool shit on your profile, like leverage some stuff and engage with people that express interest on Messenger and then close more ideal clients. Now, right in here, guys, we leverage something specific to the GSD program or what we call the scary offer. Okay. Now that's what you're going to be actually leveraging to start the conversations. It's an amazing thing. 80% of the shit that you do is going to be based on the offer that you're giving them, what you can do for them. It's not going to be based on the stories you tell. It's not going to be based on how well you connect to your people. All that shit matters. It does. But the beginning, when you're a stranger to them and you don't have a brand name that they recognize, when you're just Cody Getchell, the bearded douchebag that's trying to talk to me in my messenger for some reason, it's about what can I do for you at the end of the day. I don't become this lovable guy that you guys all enjoy talking to so much until like 2 or 3 conversations later when you know who I am. But to get that conversation started, it has to be, what is it you're going to do for me? How can you guide me to hit the numbers, the lifestyle, the business, the bank account that I actually want? How can you help me do that? And that's going to go right in here. All right. Now, what is the scary offer? It's an offer that scares the shit out of you. Because if it scares you to make it, it scares your competition to make it. And guess what, guys? We all live in a red ocean. No matter what type of business you have right now, no matter what niche it is, somebody might be lying to you and telling you, hey, man, you got a blue ocean. It's great. You found that niche within the niche. You're going to find those riches in those niches, and you're not. It's a red ocean. Trust me. There's a lot of marketers out there right now, and you got to find a way to stand out. And the way that you can stand out is through a scary offer. All right. Make an offer that scares the shit out of you and figure out how to do it. You live in a world where you can learn anything. Figure it out. There's mentors out there for everything you need to do. Make an offer that stands above the crowd. That's how people are starting conversations. All right.
Can I interject really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So with the niche, that's important that you start with a niche, and that could be your service. Like I know, like Alvin, he's got YouTube ads, but then he's niched into home services. Now there's a broad niche underneath that, but you can niche your service. It's always best if you niche by industry. So when I first started, it was real estate because of my background of working for Realtor.com, then becoming their marketing agency. And then I went broad from there.
Nope, you're muted. Hold on. Come back to us, Rahul. There you go.
Okay, I'm back. All right, you muted me.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, that's why it's super duper important. It's just like I always recommend just niching your niche and just be the master of that. Once you perfect it, you'll be able to train people. You'll be able to onboard people once you get into the future areas of what Cody showed on those previous slides of building that foundational big 7-figure agency. But it all starts here now today is really owning the niche and just allowing your mindset to just say, I'm going all in. And that's the way things will become more effortless. And the goal of what you're trying to do with the scary offer is become a robot. That's repetitive, it's repeatable, and then it's delegatable. And that's what we like to do. Is like once we become like so good at our pitch, our presentation, it all starts here. It's because we know what we're doing. We know what we're talking about. We can talk the lingo, the languages that all those broad marketers can't. So we can win businesses at higher prices if that's your goal. Some people are high volume, low pricing. It's up to you to choose what your offer is. But that's just how important this first step is, because so many people struggle. It's because they have one client that's a restaurant owner, one client that's a dentist, one client that's a lawyer, and then they lose 2 out of the 3, and then they say, okay, I'm going to go all in on the one that I kept. So do that now. Just kind of set your mind free, because then all these other 6 steps behind it will just become so much easier for you guys. So much easier. And speaking of niches, if you guys don't mind, just drop your niche while Cody's talking. Drop what industry you're in. If you're a realtor, you're a realtor. If you're in real estate, if you're a digital marketer for real estate, dentist, just drop your industry that you specialize in the chat right now.
And guys, there's 2 things. Okay, before I move on, I tell our students all the time, and a lot of those guys are right here right now. 2 things that make up a niche, and one of them is almost always largely forgotten. Okay, number 1, can I get results for those people? That's where we stick on most of us. It's like, okay, I can hit it for realtors, so I'm going to work with realtors, right? And that's where you get stuck. But you also got to enjoy working with them. If you're going to build a scalable, actual business, You have to actually enjoy working with the people that you work with. I know it's a crazy thought. Doesn't matter. You could be a god at real estate, but if you wake up every single day and you think to yourself, oh, I hate my life, you know, this guy again, I got to talk to these assholes, you know, that's not going to be something you can build. Because like I said earlier, when I was talking about how to build an agency that you can scale energy, and what does that do? You're waking up every day and you're immediately drained. You're just dragging your ass over to your chair. You're sitting into it. You got no energy to go find more of these people because secretly in the back of your head, you don't want to work with them. But if you wake up every single day and you can't wait to get to that phone, you want to talk to more of these people. I love realtors. They're the best people ever. Or I love dentists. I love personal injury attorneys. I love my clients. You want to go, you want to find more of them. And so now, instead of hitting that spot where you won't go any further, now you smash right through that ceiling because you've fed off of that. You find that energy. So guys, yes, if you get results for them, that's awesome. You're all rock stars. You're all here for a reason because you're doing well at something. But remember to actually look inwards and decide whether you actually like these people or not, because that's going to matter. The different levels you hit, every time you hit a new level of revenue, there's a new level of stress, there's a new level of problems. And in order to get past some of those, to get past that ceiling, you really got to feed off your clients. You got to have that energy. I'm seeing a lot of people, and we got restaurant. Keep dropping your niches down there, guys. And also let me know, like, does that resonate with you? Do you understand that? Is that a problem you've had in the past? Share some shit inside the chat because this is how you guys are going to be able to learn from one another. Now, when our students take action and implement this method, they consistently start getting sales that they can count on, like $4,500 clients, $6,400 clients, $16,000 in new recurring revenue, blah, blah, blah. On it goes forever. Predictably, because they've started to implement the strategies that we're talking about right now, starting with identifying your niche, having a scary ass offer that's actually going to start conversations. Okay. And then actually presenting that outwards. That's when the sales start to come in. That's when you start to get results. And that's how our students start to get results every single time, utilizing that exact thing. Now there's 3 pieces to the profile engine. Okay. I'm talking about the engine you need to fuel. All right. The Perfect Stranger profile engine. You need that niche. You need that scary offer. And then you also need this final piece here, what I'm talking about, which is the profile funnel. All right. The niche and audience. These are the people that you can get results for and that you like talking to. You're going to feed that fuel into the beast constantly. The scary offer, right? We just talked about, that's what you're leveraging to get people to say, hey man, hey Cody, I do want to work with you because I want that offer. It's a conversation starter. Everything else you do beyond that, that's when you get into all the crap that you like to say. Look, when I talk to a lot of you guys on the onboarding calls for the GSD program, and I say, hey, I'm your person. I'm a realtor. I'm a dentist. What's your offer to me? 9 times out of 10, you guys go into, hey, I do Facebook ads, I do Google ads, I do SEO, I'll leverage this, and I do all this fancy automation and full stop. Unfortunately, nobody gives a shit. You do. I do because I'm a marketer and I love it. Look, you're proud, right? You've earned all these skills and you want to say those skills. But what they want to know in the very beginning is what is the result you can do for them? What is the way that your service is going to elevate their life? Everything else is the answers to the rest of their questions. Everything else can be an additional thing that you can leverage to make this work, to differentiate yourself potentially from others. But in the beginning, especially here where we're talking about the Perfect Stranger engine for your profile, that's how you're going to start the conversation. Not by saying I'm another Facebook ads guy, not by saying I can send you emails, write your copy, but by saying I can get you like X amount of qualified appointments every X amount of days, or patients, or cases, and use the language that your customers actually use, find the end result that they want, and leverage that as a scary offer. Am I making sense, guys? Drop me a 1 in the chat if this is like, oh man, that's obvious. Why have I not thought about that before? Or a 2 or 3 if it doesn't make any damn sense at all.
Yeah, and for those of you guys that are on Facebook Live, also start to participate in the conversation because I see about 6 of you guys on the live. And if you want to hop on the Zoom link, go ahead. It's in the chat already on Facebook. But yeah, Facebook Livers also participate. We'll get to you too.
Love it. Guys, a couple more. Give me a couple more 1s. I want a 1 if this makes sense, and you're going to absolutely, this makes total sense, Cody. I want a 2 if you're like, nah, man, that doesn't make any sense at all. All right, we got 1s. Beautiful, guys. Awesome. So once you have the people you want to talk to, and you have the offer that's going to start the conversations, then you need the profile funnel. All right, we're not going to go through the niche because I've already gone through that. The offer, again, guys, go big or go home on this. All right. Success in your content, honestly, is 90% your offer. I want to hover in on this one more time because this is something we do a lot of. We're marketers, we're copywriters, we're funnel builders. We spend all week writing that one perfect piece of content, getting that one graphic done, and then we put it out and then it flops and we're like, why did that flop? And so we do it all again, but we keep repeating the same offer because we just spent 10 seconds on an offer and decided that that made sense. Decided that obviously, why wouldn't they want that offer? So instead of testing the thing that actually is going to move the needle the most, what we end up doing is testing a bunch of random crap and wasting our time. So we want to make a strong, super sexy guarantee, something you can deliver on 90% of the time. And what do I mean by that? I mean, the other 10% of the time, you're going to have to spend some of your management fee. You're going to have to exert some more of your time. What are the two resources we have? Time and money. But that 10% of the time, you're going to have to exert a little more of your resources to hit your mark is going to be worth it because you're going to start a lot more conversations. You're going to go from a guy who has a couple sales calls a week, a few clients on retainer, to an actual company that's ready to scale and ready to have the next level of problems. If it scares you to make it, guys, it scares the competition. Now, your profile funnel needs to clearly explain what you do, including the end benefit. All right, this is what we're talking about. The CTA is your scary offer. All right, so you're speaking directly to your niche in this offer, and you're going to put it everywhere. I'm talking about your cover photo, your feature photo, your bio. Go look at mine. For the last few days, it's been all about this exact masterclass because this is what we wanted, to get more people on here to talk to us about this. Right? See the examples that we're talking about right there. And it needs to be designed to both look good and consistent. Everything should be all around that one CTA. Because what you're trying to leverage, that's that scary offer. You made it for a reason. You want to start those conversations. Everything has to be built around that. Through your optimized profile, okay, we're going to move Facebook friends. We're going to move people checking you out from the value you drop. We're going to move everybody that goes and checks you out. You're now going to immediately hit that and see your offer. All right. And as long as you're doing it properly, as in you're actually getting the right people, you're going out and adding the right people to your engine, you're fueling it the right way, then those people are obviously going to be interested in it because you crafted that offer correctly. Not getting enough movement, test a different scary offer. Figure that out so that you can get those conversations started. The objective here is to warm up your personal profile friends list so that they're either ready to buy from you or they're waiting around to see what you say next. They're feeding off that content to see that next piece of content, and you're going to slowly warm them up. You have no idea how many people we've seen purchase something from us that have been watching our shit for like 2 years. We didn't even know they were around. Some of them engage, some of them don't, but they buy when they're ready. Sometimes they're not ready right away. Sometimes they need to hear more of what you have to say. And what I tell my sales team, you know, if somebody's not ready now, but they're still hanging around later on, guess what? They've probably still got that problem that you have a solution for. The longer they go with it, the easier it should be for you to tell them, look, you know, if you want to change your situation, then why aren't you willing to change anything about what you're doing? And you need to make sure that your content is constantly giving that value and presenting it in that way. Now, again, cover photo, feature photo, actually put a CTA inside of it. When they click on this, there's the link to register. All right. When we had this up, they click on this, the link to join the group. You can put descriptions in these images, put them in there, guys, make it happen. You'll even see if you go to my thing right now, I've got the bio saying free leads, message me for free leads. All right. All of it, every single piece, leveraging to get you to one spot so that we can give the value and continue to produce. All right. Let me know. Does this make sense? The profile funnel part right now, drop a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Come on, guys. We still here? Let's go. I want some interaction on here. Who's got drop me a 1? Yep. Perfect.
And just look at how simple these graphics are to make. Like you can get a graphic designer, you can put your call to action on it, and now you just literally turned your profile into a moving advertisement. So we'll get into how more people will see this, but there's more behind it. Like when that little description where it says February 23rd at 10:38 a.m. When somebody clicks this, it has your call to action there. It has your statement, what action you want them to do next. And that's how easy it is. Because if you're on the go yourself, you can just tag people in this. And that's the easiest thing you can do. You can use your profile as an asset, because once something is on the internet, it is there. It's like if you're going fishing and you have 100, 200 fishing poles, you have 200 opportunities to catch new fish. Same thing here. As we get into the content that we post, it all kind of expands over time. When Cody mentioned people aren't always ready to buy now, but they still see the content. They may not heart it, they may not like it. Your post may think, you may think they flop, but they actually don't. They had impact because it's incremental improvements. People who engaged on your post 2 weeks ago and stopped engaging, they're still watching. They still need your help. They see that you're consistent. They see that you didn't niche hop 60 times in the last 60 days. So that's why it's important to stay true to what you do. So your communication and client attraction system like this right here is more authentic for them.
Guys, you can make this stuff in Canva. This is not something you need to have a graphic designer for. This is something you can simply go use a free tool, make it look good, put your scary offer on, tell them how to actually contact you. Make it easy. What is it? It's a funnel. We're fueling the top of the funnel by adding the people. We're getting the conversation going. That's it. Get in there, make this, set this up. This can be something you literally get done today, that as you start adding people, you can start conversations.
Yeah, and if you do it in Canvas, start there. That's one way to do it. It's free to do. And then give that design to a graphic designer and they can make it look really fucking good. So it actually stands out even more. And it's not expensive to do. It's worthwhile because you'll make a lot of money off of it.
Exactly. Get that profile set up. All right, guys, we're moving through in this direction for a reason. Niche, offer, profile funnel, because after we get through the profile funnel, all right, now you start having these conversations as you add people. We got my man Charlie. He's in the group right now doing the Charlie dance. There he is. All right, because he's seeing success with this shit. Alvin's in here as well, seeing success with this stuff. All right, it doesn't take much to get these conversations started using these exact strategies. When our students had the engine built, then they finally had a way to start actually getting predictable conversations. Now they just needed a way to build it up. All right. And again, once you've got that engine built up, you've got that first start for that ready to go. Now it's time to learn how to fuel it. How do you actually put the fuel into the engine so that it starts moving? This right here, guys. Whoa. Let's mute that out. Is how you're going to fuel the engine. Okay. Start adding Facebook friends every single day in your niche. How do I do that, Cody? Well, guess what, guys? We live in a time where Facebook's been pushing Facebook groups for a long time. And you're going to see a lot of people have been told to go build a Facebook group. Trust me, you want realtors, there's a million groups filled with realtors for you to go add as friends and connect with. You want dentists, there's groups. You want PIs, there's groups. Now, some have more and some have less, but they're out there and they're on Facebook and they're engaging. Add them every single day. If you add 25, 30, 40, 50 a day, and you don't act like a bot, as in you're just going, spread it out so that you don't get banned. Suddenly, right, after a few weeks of this, now you've got a few hundred extra people who have accepted your friend request, who are in there, and you're going to do it. Post inside those groups.
Yeah, you can do this like while you're brushing your teeth, like hop in a group, see who's commenting, see who needs help, friend them. When they accept your friend request, drop a nice little, write a template, put it in your notes on your phone. So you have like a customized response right away. So when they accept your friend request, you can send them a nice little message. And opposite is true. When somebody friends you and you accept it, give them a nice little message. So you can kind of build the intimacy of that conversation. So you can take advantage of all of these different touch points, because I mean, heck, if you get 25 to 50 people in the niche that you want every single day, you're filling this damn pipeline fast. I mean, nowhere else can you do this. This isn't picking up the phone and cold calling. I know some of you guys do cold call. A lot of you guys don't like it. This is the best way to not cold call and turn those cold relationships into inbound.
All you got to do, honestly, guys, find your people and connect with them. Mind blowing, right? Social media. Go out there and be social on social media. It's a crazy thought. Add these people as your friends. Okay, post in those groups, not spam. We are not spammers. I'm not telling you to go out and say, hey, I'm an amazing marketer. DM me for me to be your amazing marketer. No, guys, no. But if you add real value and tell them how they can do some shit themselves, how they can actually improve their own businesses, be some guide, provide value. Okay, I know you've heard it a million times, but provide value, guys. Give them value and don't ask for anything. The whole point of having the profile funnel set up is so that when you provide that value, they're going to be, oh man, that guy was awesome. That Cody guy really, really knows his shit. You know, I'd like to learn more. Click, right? They go to your profile, they see the offer there. Give them value, guys. Trust me, if you actually give them value and you just go full out, play full out always. If you give them the value, they will get curious and they will look at you and find out what they need to do next by having everything else in place. Comment on 3 to 5 posts a day. Actually hit the like button in there on other people's posts. An amazing thing happens, guys. Facebook has 2 goals. One, to make money through advertising revenue. But how do they make money through advertising revenue? It's through having an engaged audience full of eyeballs, because that's what they're selling. So their number one thing that they want is people paying attention to Facebook. So they reward you when you do things that create engagement on their platform. It's a social platform, guys. The more you engage with it, the more other people are going to see your stuff. 2 things are going to happen. The people from the post are going to see your next post. The people from the post are going to see your comment and engage with you and go to your profile funnel. Be engaged. It's cyclical. You'll notice something interesting happens. If you don't do anything on Facebook for a while and you do some random value post, guess what? Nobody cares. All of a sudden you go and you engage in other people's groups. You talk to other people. You comment with other people. You like other people. When you do a post, suddenly there's a bunch of eyeballs on it, because that's what they're doing. They're rewarding you for taking that action. Post on your profile every day. Post in your group if you have one every day, and be okay with talking to yourself for a little while, guys. We still do posts and we get like, you know, a comment or no comments or whatever, and we don't care, because the next one we do could get 200, or the next one we could do get 10 or whatever. But the point is just to show up, be consistent, even when people aren't hitting that like button, and even when people aren't commenting. Sometimes they're still there watching it. They're still there seeing it. And that next post, when you make that offer, they're going to already have that value in their head. They're going to see that, and they're going to actually take action on it.
Yeah, and one side benefit is once you're doing all these posts, all your high school friends, your family friends, other people who may not know you all that well will start to tag you, like, who here is good with dental marketing, who here is good with YouTube ads. Then you start to see your name pop up because you've got this consistency. So you're starting to also get referrals from complete strangers. And that's why we call this the perfect stranger method. We can turn like cold, complete, like hidden strangers into like raving fans in a short period of time and get on the phone with them. So that's how powerful this stuff can be with consistency. So like, this is also one of those screens you may want to screenshot. And Jeff had mentioned, Jeff from our team, he put his link. I'll have him put his link to his profile. If you need previous slides, just friend him and DM him, and he can get you any slide that you need from here as well.
Everything else, guys, is all about leveraging the databases that you're building, the networks that you're building. Like if you're creating an email database, which please create an email database, send out actual emails to them. A lot of people build these email lists and they're like, well, what the hell do I do? We'll send some emails to them. Even if they don't answer them right away, eventually they'll get there, and it'll be better for you to send them out. Get interviewed as many times as you can. You're in a big realtor group, you have some actual value. Leave some value, do some comments, do some posts, and then once the owners of the group might chime in or like it or do something, ask them, hey, I'd love to drop more of this for the group. And if I do a masterclass, trust me, we own 2 of them. You always want more content in your group from people who can actually add value. It helps you then grow your audience. It'll then feed back people back to your profile funnel. This is how you fuel the engine. Post a testimonial from your client, screenshot, Zoom, document. A lot of people get bogged down. Cody, how am I supposed to create content every single day? How the hell am I supposed to think up something new to do? Document, don't create. I'm not sure if Alvin Reyes is still here. This guy, go check out his profile. He documents. He's one of our students and he's great at it. I just created a YouTube campaign doing this, that, and that. People are like, oh man, do that for me. It's amazing. Just show people what you're doing. Trust me, guys, they're not going to steal it. You get 1 out of like 50 people who are going to look at that and be like, oh, I guess I can just take that and do it. No, they're going to say, oh, you're good at that. Let me hire you. Don't be worried about giving away the farm. People pay for organized information and to get their own time back. They don't want to do it. The 1 or 2 people that do want to do it and are going to do that, they were never going to be your client anyway. And so you shouldn't even worry about it. Document. Are you creating an awesome campaign that just got, 10 times ROAS and they just printed money, show it, show what you did, show how you did it, put it out there into the world. Because there's people out there looking. If you're fueling the engine properly, there's people out there watching it. They're going to see that success. They're going to see what you did, and they're going to want you to do that for them too. And they're going to start a conversation. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Smash that 1 button. I want this 1 button to be worn off the computer by tomorrow. You're going to wake up, you're going to have to type out your password has a 1 in it, and you can never log in ever again. That's how worn out I want it to be.
We'll send you a new 1 little keyboard little thing. So send us your addresses so we can send that to you as a gift. It'll actually say GSD on it instead of 1.
Screenshot this, guys. If you missed this slide, because it's going, gone.
My address has a 1 in it, and I can't type it anymore.
Perfect. Succeeded. Success. Now, guys, when they accept your request, all right, we do not want to be spamming people. This is not your scary offer time. This is not, hey, I do this, I do that. This is a, hey, I'm working in your industry. I'd love to connect with people who are open-minded. We can network and support each other. Some people are still going to tell you to screw the hell off. They are. But connect with people. Start conversations. They send you a friend request. I'd love to network with new people who are motivated to grow. What prompted you to reach out? People are still going to yell at you. They are. But you can connect with people within your niche and start real conversations. There's 2 types of people. People who are waiting for help and people who don't know they need it yet. You just have to find a way to get that conversation started and figure out where they are in the buyer's journey and figure out what you can do to present yourself in a way that makes sense so that you can get that conversation started and help them. Again, guys, I tell my students all the time who ask me about sales, me specifically, my sales method is I'm just confident that I actually have a solution that can actually help people. And so the first call is not so much about sales, and the conversations in Messenger isn't so much about, I'm not trying to push something down your throat. This isn't, 1960 and I'm trying to sell you a used car. This is me having a service that I know can help people because it has helped people, and trying to figure out if your situation is the right fit for us to be able to take that to the next level. And so a lot of this is just beginning those conversations. It's just getting those conversations started so that you can figure out how to help them, or if you even can. Because that's what we're trying to do. Now, when you're joining groups, guys, this is going to be big for you finding your actual network. All right. Search for groups that have your ideal customers that actually hang out in them. Marketers, go into ClickFunnels, Facebook ad hacks, realtors, real estate ads that work. That's our group. Yeah. Go out there and do that. Or just type in the word real estate in your city. I live up in Vancouver. I type in real estate Vancouver. Then I type in real estate, all the different suburbs, Coquitlam, Burnaby, Richmond. I'm just going to go through them all. You'd be amazed at how many groups there are and how many realtors there are out there. Same thing with dentists, same thing with PIs, contractors. Now, there's obviously more limited amounts of groups for some of these, but go out and find where they hang out. Do they have associations that they have to be part of that have groups? Do they have, networking groups like homeowners associations? There's different things for contractors, right? Where they have associations like homeowners associations where that doesn't say contractor in it, but they are definitely a part of those networking groups, and those networking groups definitely have Facebook groups, right? Or if there's certain people who are always a part of a BNI, go find the BNI groups, right? Get granular with it and find where your people live so that you can connect with them. A lot of people think it's, oh man, my niche just doesn't hang out on Facebook. Yeah, they do. They hang out on Facebook. You just got to actually do maybe a little bit more effort to find them, to build that audience. That's all. Monitor the top posts in the group to learn what makes them special. All right. One thing that we always need to be doing as marketers is research. What is everybody engaging with? Is it questions? Is it value? Are they treating certain people doing posts like what I'm doing as spam? So should I stay away from that? Do research. Find the top posts, find what's unique about them, and actually do that. All right, figure it out. What's special about them? What kind of engagement are they getting? Add people who comment and like posts as friends. The first thing that I would do if I was going into a group wouldn't be to go randomly add members from the group. It would be to find those top posts, find the posts that have like 300 likes on them, and add the people who have liked, because they're out there engaging in Facebook land already. And if they're out there engaging with other people's posts, they're probably going to engage with yours too. So we want to add those people first. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense, guys. Add the people who are engaging in those groups first, because they're going to be the ones more likely to engage with yours.
Yeah, like
Not only
just the
inside the group.
two in the chat, if this makes sense, just because this is where we're going to put like some fuel on this fire. And this is an important part of the process, and we're going to get into some posts to show you guys what we actually say to get massive engagement and make hundreds of thousands of dollars just off simple posts.
Then once you have those built out, guys, you're going to emulate them to build authority by adding real value, and you're going to actually reply to the comments, especially the first group of comments, guys. So here's a couple of things we want to do as we get into this. Number one, when you first make a post, we're going to show you some of these posts here in a second. Anybody that comments, get on that right away. All right, get on that as quickly as you can. As it builds out, if you have a post that goes off, all right, like I had one, I think, that has like 175 comments on it. What you'll do is you'll leave 2 or 3 of the comments at the end unanswered and let new ones come on, and then you'll if it fails off, if you go the next day, there hasn't been any new comments yet, you go on and now you answer those last ones that you left, because it'll re-engage the algorithm. It'll put it in front of more people, and you're likely to get a whole bunch more comments. So 2 things: engage with the people right away, because that helps the algorithm, and leave some people at the end to re-engage afterwards to kickstart the post again. Thumbs up from the people on screen if that makes sense. I'll stop making you smash things right now. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Awesome. Now that our students actually had audience sales, that they could really start getting them to come in, guys, just to show you one more time. Look, guys, closing 10K deals. This is my man Charlie, $3,300 deal here, $4,500 deal. Look, conversations were started, right? We're growing our audience now. We're fueling the engine, and now you can get consistent money through the door, just like our students have done time and time and time and time and time again. And now that they have an audience, all right, we fueled the engine. What is it we need to do? We need to add value, that thing that we keep talking about, that word that we keep preaching to how to actually start conversations. Targeted, valuable content that engages your audience. Then we want to bring them into Messenger by using a strategic proven script and by actually asking them permission to do so. And we're going to go through that. And we're going to use the conversation to funnel them into a sales call. We're going to transition them from, hey, if you've got this problem, it's probably more behind the scenes. You're looking at the tip of the iceberg instead of the underwater submerged mass that is actually your problem. Let's solve that. And transition them into an actual sales call, into a conversation where now they're pre-framed, pre-vetted, pre-talked to, and you can actually get them to your service. Posts that work. Here's a list of them right here. And you guys have probably seen some of them on our profiles. And we're going to go through some actual examples. All right. 2-step value bombs. The mission post, personal story post, engagement questions, the launch post. We're going to show you what these actually are. But this can be a perfect template right here, guys, of how you would build this out. And full stop, tomorrow, we have implementation day for the masterclass. And tomorrow we're going to actually build out a 30-day promo cycle with everybody together. Okay, and we're going to actually have you guys be able to run this. Now, anybody who we're going to go through how you're going to do that later on. Some of you guys have already got your ticket. We're going to talk about that later, but we're going to actually build this shit out with you and build that content and make some money. Who's excited for that? I'm not going to talk about it any further, but who's excited for that? Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Since the one doesn't work, let's go with a word. Let's go with a GSD. Say if you're excited, put GSD.
I gotta like put
because
different.
Yeah, this is going to be an important part of the process. Yeah, this is going to be an important. Sorry, the sun is. I don't know if you guys can see me, but the sun is like. I moved my office downstairs, so bad location, I guess.
Beautiful. GSD. Love it.
Yeah, because we want to take this knowledge and put it actually into execution, because we're going to take imperfect action together tomorrow. And that's just what's going to work. You're going to get clients out of it. We're going to show you the way. It's really simple. And when you see what we do, you're going to realize like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was sitting in front of my nose and it was that simple.
So what's a 2-step value post? Why is it called 2-step? Why is it called value post? Let me tell you guys. Number one, you're going to say that you have something, because you do have something. All right. Figure it out. What's your best piece of value? What's the best cheat sheet you can do? What's the best system you can give away? What's the best thing you can give to these guys that can actually help them craft a post around it? All right. Most of my sales come from organic outreach. We dropped a free training on this. Do you want it? 158 people raising their hands and saying, yeah, of course. They say, yes, me, I want it. Yes. Does anybody want a fully tested campaign that includes everything for seller leads, all this stuff, actually visually showing it? 675 people. This post actually is still going today. I actually thought it was from 2020. It's actually from 2019. It's 2 years old, still getting posts, and got, I think, almost 2,000 comments now of people raising their hand and saying, yes, I want that. And then people can go in, you can go in and start that conversation. We're going to look at what that looks like after. Engagement question posts. This is all about just figuring out questions that can get it going. Now, what's the purpose of this? This isn't so much to actually generate leads. It's actually to get engagement going. Yes, you can start the conversations in the chat, and yes, you can probably pull some people out to have conversations with and actually close them and do that. But you want to get actual engagement on your stuff, because that's going to flow through. It's going to engage the algorithm. It's going to give your other posts juice and fuel for you to be able to continue to build what you need to build. Any agency owners here wants help scaling their business organically over the next couple of weeks? Who here is in digital marketing? Drop your niche below. Some shit that people want to talk about. And I'll tell you right now, what's the thing that people want to talk about the most? It's themselves. 9 times out of 10. So you can ask a question that allows a person to self-brag a little, flex a little, make themselves feel a little better. That's going to be something that gets people to engage with. It's not to be mean to people. That's just human nature. They like talking about themselves. I like talking about myself. Such is life. Some people don't like to admit it to themselves, but that's okay. Get them to talk about themselves, get that engagement going, let it flow through. Launch posts. Now, we actually didn't even do a launch post for this masterclass, to be honest, but the launch posts actually are where you're describing a service that you're presenting, an offer. So you could do a launch post for an offer where you're actually saying, this is what I'm doing. Here's what you're going to get. This is what you're doing. You put the actual offer up on the top. Do you want this? Here's the details of how we're going to accomplish this for you. Is this something you're interested in? And you launch your service. Sorry, guys. Does that make sense? I see a bunch of you guys talking to them. Drop me a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Rahul actually rented his house using the perfect. Yeah, he just posted it. So yes, it works for real estate, which is funny, and a story, an anecdotal story that maybe he'll tell at the end, because I find it funny if there's actually people that are asking that. Mission posts. How many of you guys have seen one of these? There's a few of these out there. Well, I can tweak it around a little bit, to be honest. So like this right here, it's my mission to help 15 digital marketers and entrepreneurs hit 100K this year. Who's with me? Simple, but effective. You know, guys, some of these and some of what we're telling you to do with your profile is just about telling people what it is you do. Stop being a stranger to other people. You're trying to turn the perfect stranger is just about the people you're talking to. It's also about you. Stop being the perfect stranger. Okay? There's a couple of you guys who are realtors in here. You know, what's the worst thing that can happen? It's your friend going out and using a different realtor because they didn't even know you were a realtor because you don't have this engine put out there. You're not doing posts and content that tells people who you are. This is the kind of shit that changes that around. For all you marketers out there, you might have people, we call them low-hanging fruit, that are actually right there. They just, number one, they either don't know what the hell it is you do because you just present yourself as this like magician who does this giant pile of techie stuff. They don't get it, and you haven't told them like a direct end result you can help them achieve. Or two, they don't know you're any good at what you do because you don't document your success. So they think maybe you're just some noob. Maybe you can do it for some people, but they don't know you can do it for them. You'd be amazed, guys. I did this for years. I'm a decade into this. For the first 3 years, where I wasn't telling anybody, I didn't ever get a response from anybody. I'm all over the internet a little bit now. I get DMs from old friends constantly saying, oh, you help people do, because now suddenly I'm out there saying what I do. And because of that, I get people who haven't talked to me in years suddenly messaging me to try and help them out because I'm telling people what I do. It's a magical thing, guys. And that's what we want you to do. That's the purpose, really. You're seeing a lot of people do it because it keeps working. Now, the reverse of this, the other side of this is now we're taking out the word mission for a lot of this stuff, and you'll see me doing a post where I say, I'm going to help this person do this thing. So for you digital marketers out there, like, I'm going to help 10 realtors hit 50 more K in their GCI in the next 30 days. Who wants to be one of them? Do you want to be one of them? Arrow down, right? And just focus it, using your scary offer, leveraging actual numbers. There's a reason this one says 15 digital marketers, 100K. These aren't arbitrary. This is being specific. The more specific you are, the more end result you can present, the more numerical kind of stuff. It helps. It clicks in our brains more when there's this kind of information there. It makes us think it's more valuable and that it makes more sense. And so we want to make sure that that's on there. Guest interviews and giveaways. If you can guest interview some authority figures in your space, some different people in your niche that can attract some of their audience to you, right? Get them to promote it on their page, get them to promote it in their group and bring it back. That's helpful. Now you can see my man Rahul has been excellent at this. We got people like Dennis Yu, Billy Jean, Jim Cathcart, Nick Robbins, Andrew Crozy, Brad Newman, all those bosses last week from Marco and all of them doing that sales retreat. You guys have seen some of this shit. It's good. They bring their own audience to us and we enjoy it because they're good people. And you enjoy your niche because we talked about this shit, people. You enjoy talking to them. So talk to more of them. Get that shit set up and leverage these kind of posts. Win posts. This is what I'm talking about, documenting successes, right? Again, people either don't know who you are or they don't know you're any good at what you do. Post testimonials or success stories or screenshots. Tell people that you got 9 transactions in 3 months. Tell people that you're doing a good job at this, right? This guy down here, when we were really focused in the real estate ads at work group, he's a 75-year-old guy who got a sale within like a week. His biggest thing was, I'm too old. I don't know if I can do this. So we love telling that story. We told that story over and over and over again. You can actually see it, I think, 3 times on here, just to give the idea, because that's how much we like documenting it. I don't know why this is on here. This is just Rahul flexing LA, I guess.
Well, we got a lead from it. The reason I had this screenshot is that Scott Beheller, he became a lead that was introduced to us, and he apparently liked baseball. So he actually commented on a not work related post. And then it turned me, my next reaction was, hey, let me message him immediately while he's active on Facebook right now, because it actually tells me this person is literally active. There's no boundaries when it comes to Facebook Messenger. I'll message people at 2 in the freaking morning. I don't care. If they're up, I'm up. It doesn't really matter. So it's not like a text message or a phone call. If people are up, it's okay to be intrusive at any given time, as long as you're okay with it. But yeah, that post got us a client just talking about the good old Dodgers. And it just happened to be that I ran into the catcher of that World Series team who lives next to me. His name's Mike Sosha. So that's what prompted me to post that too.
Love it. So posts like that, and then these ones where it's not direct CTAs, but you're just getting engagement, can lead to shit too, guys. And then these ones here that we're talking about, the 2 steps, the mission posts, you can do these infrequently. Do a 2-step once a week and use the engagement post in between. Do a mission post once every 6 weeks, right? Create a promo cycle, something that we are going to be doing tomorrow. Now, I want you guys to actually craft a mission post. Again, I want you guys all to take action real quick. Take this concept. You can say it's my mission, or you can say I'm going to help, and just do the post right now on your feeds. Even if you guys don't have an audience, guys, it's fine, but this is a way to tell people what you do. Don't be worried if you don't get too many comments, but craft a post just like this for your niche. And remember who it is you're talking to. If you're working with realtors, what do they want? Qualified buyers, or they want listings or appointments with either. Dentists want patients. Contractors want jobs. All right. If you're a realtor, people want to buy a house for an affordable rate. If they're a growing family, they want to buy a bigger house in a better neighborhood for a price they can afford. If they're a first-time home buyer, they probably want a first-time home buyer's grant that can help them afford an FHA house, right? Think about your end person. Craft this post. Let's all take a second. Takes no longer than 30. And come in here and drop a I did it in the chat after you're done.
Let's go with 1 minute here so we can get this post going. And then when you guys do do your mission post, I want you guys to take a photograph of it or a screenshot, and then I'm going to tell you where to post it inside of our group, so you may be able to get some additional love. But yeah, go ahead and take the next minute or so, and if you need some help, just ask in the chat and we'll walk you through it. Now, while you guys are thinking of what you're going to say, you can see how many words it is, so it's not really too wordy, so it's pretty simple. But think about like the people that you've got on Facebook that are lifelong friends that went to your high school, your elementary school, your grade school, etc. They're going to see it if they're friends with you. If they like it, their friends may see it. If they tag somebody, that means they have a recommendation for you. So that's how this stuff goes mini viral, if you will, and how that can turn into the next deal. And the best part is this stuff can also work on other platforms too. Like some of you guys mentioned LinkedIn in the chat. It can work on LinkedIn as well. That's how I got a lead from a guy I used to hang out with in high school. He has a brand new startup company in Atlanta, Georgia. LinkedIn post made him remember who I like or think of me. So now we're doing a deal with him. All because of a simple little post that got very little engagement, and the right person saw it at the right time. And it took me about 5 minutes. I call those Starbucks moments. Like I go to Starbucks in the morning to get my coffee. And when I'm waiting, because I intentionally order when I'm outside of Starbucks on the mobile app. So I have 5 minutes to chill and walk around, do some calls, etc. I'll do a post. It's a Starbucks moment. It takes really quickly to do. I can just turn the camera on, film it, or I can just type it. So when you've done your post, do hashtag me or done. Yeah, let's just use the word done. Two people already did it.
We got
Just
two
do done.
out of what, 53 people? Let's go, guys. Hope you guys are working on it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't drop off now because the juice is coming. So if you're still here, so we appreciate you guys staying with us. And all those relationships, all those like what's it called? Those interviews that I've done. I met people through Facebook. I mean, heck, I met when Kobe Bryant was alive, rest his soul, his partner Jeff Stibble. I met him. I've met the CEO of reputation.com. And these are like even the former CEO of Sony Home Entertainment Group, just met through social media. Then we met in person, and I've done interviews in my little home on my couch with some of the most powerful people out there, all just using a simple method and adding value to the world to get value back. So it's all simple stuff here.
Whew. Adding value to the world so that you can get value back. I like that line. That's good, guys. That's really what this is all about. Love it. Let's get two more dones and then we can move on. Whoever is hesitating and not doing it, you guys are holding up the whole day right now. So I don't know. Maybe you want to get going. Two more dones. Two more dones. Come on, guys. Who's going to take action with us? Drop these posts. There we go. We got one. We need one more. One more. There we go. Beautiful. Love it, guys. You guys are the best. Showing up is how you win. Now we take it into Messenger. All right. Following these steps precisely is key to making this work. Your ideal audience comments on your post to get your CTA or join your mission or to learn more. Okay, so that means the two-step, they want that widget. The mission, they want to be a part of it. The value, they want to learn more about it. Before you reach out to them, we're not spamming them, even though they said they want it. We're not just going to hit them up. We're going to ask permission-based marketing. Okay. A lot of you guys probably came from a few posts that me and Rahul did. What did we do? Either me or Rahul or Jeff or Ben, somebody in the chat. What did we do before we jumped into your messenger? This is where I awkwardly stare at you guys until you take action with me. What did you do? What did you get? Permission. Casey says, ask. Brian says, yeah, hell yeah, that's what we do. We say, cool, I love it. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Get shit done. Is it cool if I DM you the details? Are you all right with me sending you a private message with the link? And as soon as you guys said yes, now we can jump into Messenger. Now we can send you the link. Now we can start a conversation in there because we have permission. A magical thing happens. It goes from interrupt and screw you and don't ever talk to me again to, oh, I'm sitting here waiting for you to start the conversation and it's rude if you don't message me. Complete mind shift change, complete openness to being engaged. And it's an amazing thing that can happen when you do that. You do that properly. Now you can actually create that conversation. They give you permission to reach out and you can use the script to move the conversation forward. This is how you turn people from cold strangers to warm prospects. Ask permission. We want more leads. This is literally this 2-step right here. We said, comment more leads to get the actual widget. Do you mind if I message this to you? That's fine. More leads. Is it okay if I message you? Abso-freaking-lutely, right? And you get these going. Now, what do you say in Messenger? How do you get them from wanting the widget to wanting to book a call with you and talking more about your service? We want to know, where's your business currently at? Where are you planning to go this year? Understand their goals, what it is they want to achieve. What's the motivation to scale your business in this way? Otherwise known as, what's the pain point? What's the emotion or logic behind their desire? Is it family? Is it need? What is it that's actually driving them? When we figure out what's actually driving them to make a change, that's when we can actually insert our solution as how to help them make that change. And what's the one challenge that can help you solve right now to help you with scalability and make more sales? Now, I want to focus in on this part right here. I don't want to move my mouse too much because it will trip it out. Oh, there it is. But do not fix their problem in Messenger. All right. Acknowledge that they have a problem. Acknowledge that you have the solution, but don't actually fix their problem in Messenger. You're not in there to be their coach. You're not in there to provide them with the service. You're in there to explain to them that you can help them and then transition to a deeper call. You're triaging them, you're qualifying them, and you're explaining to them in a way that helps them understand how you can help them, but you're not actually fixing their problem in Messenger. Too many people, if you start trying to coach people and help people and do all this stuff in Messenger before you're actually developed that client relationship, you've given too much, you've undervalued your time. Even though what you think you're doing is, I'm over delivering, I'm helping them so that they'll want to use me because I'm awesome, blah, blah, blah. What you're actually doing is you're undervaluing your time because you're just giving it away for free. And if you'll give it away for free inside of Messenger when you're talking to them, what do they need to pay you for to solve that problem? Right? Follow the process, which is designed to transition the conversation for you. All right. Test these things on your audience, learn more, keep them simple, make an offer. I keep using that word, right? Offer. Starts the conversation and transitions the conversation because it's what you're going to do for them. Don't know what this picture is. Maybe Rahul can explain.
Anybody in the chat, anybody know who these two gentlemen are? I know Charlie will. I think Charlie will. I don't know why I made that assumption, but
if anybody knows who these two people are, tell us in the chat. I actually don't have any idea who this is.
Well, it's cousin Larry and Balky.
Oh,
So
Balky.
this is a television show. I don't know what era this was, 80s, 90s, somewhere around there. I'm in both of those eras. So it's called Perfect Strangers. That was the name of the television show. And that's how we came up with this name, is like, when we were going in and posting stuff and people were asking us, hey, me, I want it. How do we do it? Etc. I was like, dude, this is the perfect stranger method. Like, we can turn a perfect stranger, our ideal customer, into a paying customer.
100%. Now, this guy said he looks like Seinfeld, and I can't unsee it, and I have to get this picture off my screen. So we're going to go through here. We're going to walk you guys through the actual process. You can see the post happens, the mission post, thing you guys just did. All right. The reply. Permission to slide into your DMs. Do I have permission to shoot you a message? You notice we have 3 different ones on here. That's so that you don't trip Facebook out, so that they don't ban you. Because you start acting like a bot, they start thinking you're a bot, and they're going to kick you and ban you and shadow ban you. So we want to use different ones for different things so that you're switching it up and you're acting like a person, because we are real people, Facebook. I swear, we're real people. We're not robots. And we just got to prove it every now and then. The conversation. let's focus in on this for just a second. All right. Hey, thanks for commenting on my post. Cool if I ask you a couple quick questions about your business to see if we can help any further. Right? Most people are going to say yes. Now, if you send this without asking permission and they don't know where you're coming from and you just jump in here and spam people, nobody is going to say yes. Everybody's going to block your ass, or they're going to give you the middle finger, or they're going to tell you to get the hell out. Every single one. But an amazing thing happens, guys, when you start using permission-based marketing and they have permission to jump into their private area and have a conversation. Now you're suddenly allowed to ask questions. Does that make sense, guys? Drop me one in the chat if that makes sense. How permission-based marketing can actually turn into a real conversation. That simple one little trick can actually help you get through the barriers that people put up mentally to stop them from being able to achieve this, and how that can allow you to transition this conversation the correct way. They say yes. All right, cool. What kind of revenue are you doing month to month? Or, hey, what kind of target are you shooting for? This is where we're trying to figure out where are you and where are you going? Now, sometimes we use less aggressive questions right off the bat. Ask something along the lines of, how did 2020 go for you? Were you able to hit your goals? Then you can kind of slowly transition into the revenue stuff. Play around with that. What do you think your current bottleneck is keeping you from hitting that target? All right, so what have we learned from these questions if they answer them? We've learned where they are, where they want to go. We've learned the gap. Okay. This is what we call in sales, we call it the gap between where a person is and where they actually want to end up. That gap is where you live as a salesperson, as a person trying to provide a solution, because that gap is how you're going to make the sale, by closing it, by figuring out how you can bridge it, by figuring out what goes there to help them get from point A to point B. And you're going to leverage that. You say things like, I can help you with that. What's the best way to hop on a call? Can we explore it? We also want to make sure we give this stuff at the end, all right? We send the actual link to the stuff. We give all of this stuff over. And we also want to send out, what we'll do is we'll send our testimonial videos between now and the call. Warm them up, keep them active. And now you've got them in Messenger. Make sure you hit them up that day. Hey, we're still on for the call today. Hey, you're still available for that call today. This is where you get from having a whole bunch of people that miss calls to a whole bunch of people that actually show up, by keeping them engaged. You can send them a link, or you can ask them for their actual time and date and phone number and manually book them, whatever works best for you. But the point is, guys, transition from, hey, thanks for commenting on my post, you want that widget, to getting the information, to providing some sort of a solution where you can actually get there. Now, ghosted people. All right, how many people have done something like this, but they just get ghosted constantly in Messenger and have no idea what to do? Tell me in the chat if that's something you've ever done, or a problem that you've run into a lot. People just won't respond, or they say hello and then they've never talked to you ever again. Jeff, yeah. Yeah. Oh, come on, guys. I know it's more than the two of you. Who's still here? Where are we going? Let's go, guys. All of you guys are hiding from me again. I see Casey, Zachary. I see Cam. I see Denise. I see Alvin. There we go. Ben, hurry up. There we go. Just got to shout every now and then. You guys all come back. Appreciate you guys. Let's go. Rahul says he's never been ghosted. Not even once. He's too popular. Everyone always answers his messages. That's good. There's a few things we can do to get people to reactivate conversations. All right. Simple sending of a ghost emoji, or that Ace Ventura gif where there's like, hey, something that gets people's attention, something funny, guilt trip them a little bit, engage them a little bit. Hell, add some new value. Hey man, I know this conversation dropped off, but I got another new widget that I think will be right up your alley. Are you still there? Because I'm giving this away to the people in my network. Are you still part of my network? Re-engage that shit and get them going. If they say, thanks for the reminder, I'm not interested, never reply, blah, 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 whatever, that's fine. But get the conversation finished. I always tell people, look, as a salesperson, your job is to get an answer. Once that conversation is started, I want an answer. I want that answer to be, yeah, take my money. But also a no, shut the hell up and leave me alone works. But if it's somewhere where they haven't gotten an answer and they're not there anymore, that doesn't help me. That's just limbo. To me, that just means that there's money up in the air somewhere. And for some reason, we haven't grabbed it yet. So don't allow conversations to die. They don't answer you for a day, go back in and follow up. They didn't answer the ghost gift, cool, send the Ace Ventura one next week. I'm actually making some gifts made out of myself that are specific for this here in the next little bit. So if you guys start
Yeah,
ghosting us,
and
we'll be
one
sending
one
you-
other benefit is when you're up in somebody's messenger, that shows Facebook and it optimizes the algorithm, so they'll also see more of your other posts and future posts. So if anybody ghosts you, you can always send A, the emoji, but then B, they'll consistently see your content going forward. But then you can always tag them in content where you've got answers from them. Like if they say, "Hey, I've been struggling with X," then you have content that your community, your lead, or your prospect just told you to do, because that's the common thing. Like when you're writing the content, it could be around objections that you receive. Oh, now's not the right time. Do a post on why it's never the right time and why people take action. Because those are all going to be common objections. So as you hear things, they're doing the content for you. They're giving you all the answers that they want to say yes to. Now you have a piece of content you can create and tag those people in, and then they'll say, "Oh, you're right." And then they can turn back into an active, engaged customer.
I'll show you an actual example. All right. So in here, look, cool. Are you still looking to get a more consistent flow of appointments? Is this still a problem that you have? Because these ads, the widget, these ads that we're giving you are great, but to be honest, the solution to your bottleneck goes past just a few ads. Widen the gap. Widen the gap that you're trying to solve. Okay? I'd be happy to show you what some of our most successful clients are doing to take their business to the next level if you're open to hopping on a call next week. Also, do you want me to send you the ads here? I'll shoot them right over. So don't play hard. Yeah, we're dangling. We're dangling the lead magnet, but we are going to give it to you. So just make sure you add that in every time so they don't feel cheated. Widen the gap, but also, hey, do you want that? I'll still give you the solution. Are you free for me to shoot it right over? Does everybody see how that transition, just that statement right there alone can help? Drop me a 1 in the chat if that comment right there inside of Messenger makes sense for how you can transition from value to call by widening the gap. Love it. Give me one more 1. Somebody smash that 1 button. Who isn't Casey or Cam? There we go. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes, Casey, smash that button. That, yep, good, perfect, good, guys. I love it. Now, awesome. You can book a time right here. And look, you see this right here, guys? Were you able to grab a time? If your setters are in your Calendly or your Go High Level or wherever the hell it is you get your booking thing, they can confirm that on their own. If they're not, tell them to confirm this shit because we want to make sure they're booked. We don't want them sending off a link and saying, cool, I sent off this many links today. I don't give a shit how many links you sent off today. I want to know how many appointments you booked today. That's what I want to know. So make sure you're tracking those numbers. And full stop, guys, make sure you're tracking all your damn numbers because if you're not tracking it, it's not happening. And it's just going to be a mess. And you keep talking about ceilings, you're going to run into a big one if you're not tracking stuff. At some point, you're going to look around and say, well, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's working. Something's working or something's not working, but I can't tell you what it is. And therefore you can't fix it. You can't improve it. You can't scale it. So track that shit. Book a time right here. Great. Got it confirmed. Here's the PDF. Okay, guys, we want to send them the cheat sheet. If you don't send them the cheat sheet, you don't always have that actually deliver on your value. You're going to start being seen as a scammer, as a spammer, and none of that stuff is what we want. We want to make sure that we're actually transitioning and giving them the value that they asked for. Now, when our students implemented these strategies, it helped them build their dream companies, guys. That's what we're talking about right now, all the way back. This is how the story loops back around, okay, to where we're saying this is what they did to help themselves get consistent. This is what they did to actually implement, take action, and crush it. All right, now does that make sense? Let me know from top to bottom how to pick people, how to actually get them to raise their hand, how to create an actual engine, and how to fuel it so that you can have predictable free leads every single month. Does that make sense?
Drop a yes in the chat. But yeah, I mean, this whole system, this organic system is just not only impressive from the ability to kind of bulletproof your lives, your businesses, and never really starve of where another contact is going to come from, because then you'll also find hidden gaps in your own self. Like, is your messenger game need to get better? Does your sales process need to get better? Does your offer need to get better? So you'll be able to learn and fail very quickly with this. So you'll be able to make course corrections in the moment, real time, just like when Tom Brady crushed the Chiefs. If you guys are Chiefs fans, sorry about that, but he made in moment decisions to change things. He uses his armband to say, hey, I know the play that we're going to run. I have my second, third, and fourth play ready to rock right on my cheat sheet. And this is what it is. We just have the cheat code right in front of us. We've just turned with that Excel sheet that Cody was sharing, the messages, to a copy and paste game. So if there's two keys on your keyboard that you'll master, it's Control C and Control V. You just, or Command if you use a Mac. So you can literally copy and paste your way. And if you need to change something, change a word or two. If it's coming off and you're getting ghosted, change the sentence to be a little less aggressive up front and then get deeper. Heck, I mean, when all else fails, saying, hey, I think I can help you if you're having a lead problem, you open to give me a call on my cell phone and put your phone number out there. I've done that several times. I get text messages saying, hey, let's talk. And it could be at all sorts of hours. I mean, you can make money off of this so simply by just like implementing this and committing to it. So, and it doesn't just work for getting customers too. I mean, we recruit people through this. Jeff came through this, our salesperson. He's excellent. So it was all through an organic process. So there's more value. And Cody told you a story how I rented my house. Literally didn't have any intention in the world to rent it. I was just doing an experiment, and I wanted to make sure that I can do the toughest thing on earth is rent a home at a higher price, sight unseen, and they cannot call me. They can only text message me and follow directions. I got like 8 or 10 voicemails, deleted every one of them until people followed directions. And then I rented it via Zoom. Didn't even see the place yet. So this can work when you work the system. So this is super resourceful right here. This is like dollars and cents. You can make a 7-figure business just off this using organic, but you need all the systems in place, like the sales process, the systems, and the framework. But this is something that can get your engine started.
As by bringing the pieces of the puzzle all together, this is how they did it. All right, look, this is what you learned a little bit about today. A couple of slithers of the overall puzzle, a couple of pieces of the pie. All right, but we want to help you kind of put it all together. All right, we want to kind of help you get all the pieces together so you can truly join all these people that we're showing you, all these success stories that we're talking about, all this shit that is getting done, this movement, this family. You know, we want to help you into it. But first, I kind of want to take you through a quick little thing. I want to see if you're ready. Little exercise. All right, now I got to make sure everyone's awake right now. So drop me a 1 in the chat if you're awake. We're going to take you through this as I talk. Drop me those 1s. Now, you're going to get out your piece of paper. You're going to get out your pen, and you're going to keep track of your points as I go through it, all right? You score 2 points for every piece that you have in your business. Any score over 7, and you're right there, guys. You're right up against it. So, number 1, you have worked with a client before. You have done something in digital marketing with a client in the past. If you have worked with a client in the past, I want you to write a big old 2. Just a great big 2 right there on your piece of paper. We'll count it up at the end and we'll put them in the thing at the end, but just write a big 2. If you have worked with a client before. Number 2, you have revenue. You have made revenue from marketing services. Somewhere along the way, you have made money doing marketing for a client. 2, if you've done that. Big old 2 on your piece of paper. If you have actually made revenue from marketing services before. 3, if you have a niche or an offer idea, you know who you want to work with, or you know what it is you want to actually get done. You know what it is you're going to offer them. In the context of what we've gone over here today, you know what you're going to offer, you know who you're going to work with. Write a 2 on your piece of paper if that is you. So a 2 if you know who you want to work with or what you want to actually offer people. Put a 2 down. Finally, if you're committed to building your agency into a real business, not a part-time side hustle or a hobby or something that you're actually not sure about, this is what you want to do, and you're committed to it. You're committed to taking action. You're committing to hitting those goals. You're committing yourself to be that next success story. I want you to drop big old 2, write a 2 on the piece of paper. Okay, again, if you're committed to building this into something real. And finally, 5, guys, if you provide actual value to your audience and clients, you know, like I said about myself, like I'm confident in my solution that I can help people. At the end of the day, that's what we want. We want to give people the ability to help more people. And if you think you have that ability, if you can look in yourself and look at what you've done and actually see that you provide value to your audience, that you actually provide people an actual solution that helps them, write a 2. All right, guys, I want you to count what you just did. Put all those numbers together. And I want you to drop in the chat. What's your score? I'll get us started. Whew, a 10 out of 10. Look at that. Feeling all right. Everybody drop that down there. Oh, we got a lot of 10s, 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 8, 10. Keep going, guys. 10, 10. Look at you, rock stars. Look at how close you are to your goals, to your dreams. You just have a couple pieces of the puzzle missing. Who else do we got? Keep going, guys. Put your scores down below. We got 10, 10, 10, 10, 7. I love it. All right. In those situations, the missing pieces to the puzzle, that's what we're going to do here, guys. This is what you need. A couple more of these will allow you to scale to the numbers that you want to hit. You can see it right here. You got a piece of it right here, and we have all the rest of it sitting there ready for you to go. If you've added it all up, you've got a 7 or over, then you're so close to that next level, guys. In my opinion, you just need a little leadership. What we do at the GSD is not a video course. It is a family, and it is leadership from people who have not only done it in the past, but are continuously doing it right now. And it's not something that we're teaching how to do something that used to work. It's something we're teaching you how to do right now. It's not something about quick wins. It's about building a stable, actual company that you can rely on to generate yourself revenue constantly, pretty much every day. Okay, now my man Rahul is going to drop a link in the chat, and we are going to allow you guys book a scaling call, guys. Talk to us. I know some of you guys have questions about how can I make this work for me? How can the rest of this get put into my business? How can I absolutely crush it? How can I join you guys? Whatever. And if you have questions right now, too, ask us. Right now is your time. Drop them in the chat. If you have any questions about what I'm saying right now, drop them in the chat. We can unmute. We can talk. I'm going to go through one more quick little thing. But I want you guys to see that link. I want you to book that call. I want you to join our family. And I want to show you personally how we can set this up so that you have all the pieces to the puzzle, the rest of what's missing to be able to truly join all of our success stories. And we got a lot of them because we believe, guys, not just in words, we believe in results. Testimonials for days. There's a whole wall of them out there you guys can go check out. But hell, you heard directly from the source from a few of them today. So I think that will probably do. But if you have questions, guys, we do have answers. Now, raise your hand if you want to come to tomorrow. Implementation day. We're going to actually build out 30 days of content, promo cycle. Okay, do you want to join this tomorrow? Raise your hand. And by raise your hand, I mean drop a 1 in the chat or say, yes, I want in. I would love to come to tomorrow. I would love to do whatever. Tomorrow is a paid implementation day, guys. Today was a free day. Today is a 2-day mastermind, but I don't even want to make you pay. Honestly, I don't. I want more people to show up tomorrow, to show up to our day 2. So what I am going to do is allow you guys to get a free ticket to tomorrow's GSD implementation day. You can join our family. You can come in even further. There's a lot of you guys dropping that 1 in the chat. You want to come to tomorrow. We're not streaming tomorrow in the group. It's going to be an intimate implementation day where we actually work together. But what I do want, okay, is I want action takers. And that's it. Because tomorrow is going to be a put in the work day. Today was learn how to make it happen. Tomorrow is put your head down and actually GSD, get shit done. That's what tomorrow is all about. So I only want people with us tomorrow who are going to actually get shit done with us. And that means I want people who are willing to take a step and at least figure out what they need to do next. So if I could get my man, either Ben, Jeff, Rahul, somebody from my team to drop that link one more time. We are going to give a free day, a free ticket to anybody who books that call to talk to us further. Same time, Zachary, it's going to be 2 p.m. PST. So anybody out there who is not in the GSD family yet, but this has even a little bit tickled their brain, made them think, hey, I would love to like at least learn more about what Cody and Rahul have to offer. I see the picture. I see the full picture because I've got it right there in front of me. And you're even interested in having that conversation, guys. These are not sales calls. We call them scaling calls for a reason. We want to see what is there. Okay, we want to see if we can help you do it. So anybody who books that call from that link right there above is going to get a free ticket to the implementation day. So as soon as you book that, after this is over, I'll make sure to send that out to you right away. Sorry, who was that?
That was Cam. May I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? I just want to say I'm having this experience. When you see a really good movie and then you wish you could have the experience of seeing it for the first time again. And then when you just love watching someone else watch it for the first time. I'm just having this experience now, wishing that I could book my first call again and just have this like unveiling of experience of what the GSD behind the curtain looks. So I'm just like really excited for everyone that's kind of new to this, that is booking their first call. It's just like really, it's out of this world. And it's, just to throw it out there again, me and Casey, we got on one of our first calls with Rahul, and before we even technically onboarded, just from what we got from that scaling call, and it really wasn't a sales call. We just got so much value from that call, and we closed a 3K retainer as a result of it. So you gotta book that call. It changed our life.
This is I do my client dance. This is my happy student dance. I love it. You guys are the best. I appreciate the hell out of you, honestly. And I feel comfortable saying this to anybody out there. If you guys have questions, look, you're surrounded by GSD people right now too. Ask them. They'll tell you. We're not scared of you guys talking to our students. We're very proud of the family we've built and the shit that we do for people. So book that call. I've seen a whole bunch of you guys. You said, yeah, you want in tomorrow. Let's go. Tomorrow is all about action takers. Tomorrow is all about the people who are ready to actually take that next step. So now I kind of want to open the field a little bit to guys. Anybody who has any questions? I know I've seen Dedrick said that they do not have an email yet. Feel free to drop in the chat or say it out loud if you want to unmute. And I'm not sure what you mean, don't have an email yet. For what?
I paid for it last week. I haven't seen anything since. So
beautiful. You will get, if you've already bought that ticket, yeah, the emails will be coming. That's going to be a more intimate thing. So we're just sending that blast out tomorrow with the link. So you will get that.
All right. Thank you.
Love it, my man. Go ahead, hurry.
I just want to ask you, when we were talking about the different kind of posts and especially the one launch post, it can be anything we are offering. Otherwise, they're part of our offer. Like if I am doing online presence as well as a part of my full offer. So can I just do that as a launch post as well?
Yes. Yeah, you can do a launch post as your offer, your scary offer that you're already doing. You could do it in the sense of like, I think you're doing booked appointments, right? You could do, learn exactly how we're doing the booked appointments, 30 guaranteed booked appointments in 30 days or whatever your scary offer is. And then list out like we have, not only do we generate the leads, but we have the system and we do the ISAs to call them for you, like exactly in that kind of structure that I showed for the launch post. Okay. You can just build that around your offer, your scary offer that you have and launch it that way.
Yeah, it's kind of promotion of our actual offer. It can be anything in that.
Yeah, exactly. Makes sense?
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah, so just go in for tomorrow. We'll do the implementation day, but book the call because we're not going to bite. We'll just walk you through the process of how you can change your lives, like Cam and Casey and a lot of the students that are on here as well. But then B, just think about what you wrote down on your piece of paper. Like you gave yourself a score of an 8, a 10, a 6, whatever that number was. It just means you're ready. You just need the right timing, the right push, the right coach, the right mentor. So don't kind of like step over dimes to save anything. Like we want to really kind of change the game for the future, build that foundation that is so important. That aha moment all of a sudden becomes absolutely clear when you have people on your side in a community. I mean, look at Cam and Casey right away, just got success. Tejas right away got success. Everybody got immediate success right away. And Peter, you can just book the call again. I know you and I spoke briefly this morning. Just book a call and we'll get you a ticket. All right. So I'll send you the link as well if you need it again, but it's in the chat right now. Book your second call with me. We'll go through the process. But everybody else out there, I mean, I see a lot of you guys are still there on the fence. My suggestion is let's go through the implementation day, and we'll walk you guys through the process, but grab a free ticket. I mean, this is going to be a big step in the right direction from people who do it every single day. Like we're literally in Messenger every single day. A lot of you guys probably got messages from me personally leading up to this event, emails, text blasts, Facebook posts, everything just organically to bring you guys here today. So we'll show you the ropes of how you guys can close $3,500 a month deals, $1,000 a month deals, $10,000 websites, whatever it is you do. I know that there's a couple real estate agents in here. This is really primarily focused towards marketers, but the same process can work in your own industry. And even like really quick, Jeff, are you still here? I know you have a call coming up shortly here. Are you still here for a minute?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Can you come on camera really quick? I can't even see where you are. So tell me when you're on camera.
I'm on camera.
Okay, cool. So when you first started with us, what did we say?
You scared the bejesus out of me. You said no paid leads. It's just not something I'm used to hearing in my line of work. So
yeah, so even with our own team, we just said, hey, watch the Perfect Stranger method. We're not going to give you a single lead. We're going to teach you how to fish and hunt for life, regardless of us. We're going to teach you a method of 2021 and beyond. Heck, this is like 2019 and beyond, still really fruitful right now. So my first advice to him was watch this video, go out and hunt yourself. And that's what he did. And what was the result? You've been with us for what? Like, how long have you been with us?
6 weeks. Yeah, just somewhere between 5 and 6 weeks, I guess.
Okay. And what's the contract value that you brought on using the Perfect Stranger method?
Just a tick under 60K so far.
So those are big numbers. And that's starting zero experience with the Perfect Stranger method, all reliant on paid ads, all reliant on somebody else giving him leads, all reliant. Now we just kind of empowered somebody who can literally turn on any moment in time.
Yep.
So any advice for anybody here?
Just do it. Just do it. I mean, like the biggest problems that you're going to have is trying to hit every part of it every day, because you're going to be so busy with Messenger and book calls, and it's kind of changed. It's changed my perspective on everything, and it changes my life every day. So what I love most is that there's no more excuses. You can never not make money. You can never not run a business, because no matter what you do, you go into a free Wi-Fi hotspot, jump on Facebook and generate leads. It's an amazing process, life-changing.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff himself, like he had an internet outage one day, just hopped over to a coffee shop or cafe, whatever they call it in South Africa. Actually, Jeff's in South Africa too. We recruited him on Facebook, and he's in South Africa. I didn't even know who he was until we got on a call. So, I mean, it was literally the Perfect Stranger from a whole different angle. Now he's now using our own system to now generate traffic and sales for himself. So that's how powerful this could be. So like for Jan, Veronica, we got Rabina on here, Martin, Salah, Jabriel. I like that name, Jabriel. Mason's a dope name too. It's my best friend's son. Randy, Adrian, all you guys on here. I'll just kind of go through the list. Book your call. Don't be shy. Let's change some lives. Let's get you on tomorrow's call too, or tomorrow's implementation day. We'll walk you through step by step how to post this stuff and start to see the fruits of the labor, that we're going to eliminate trial and error from your lives and just give a free, clear path to what that number is that you wrote down on the right side of that paper. And inside the middle of the paper, that's the stakes on the line. And underneath that piece of paper is what you need to do, what you need to avoid, so you can get through. When we did the visualization exercise, you guys probably came up with some thoughts: freedom, time, hiring people, getting other people to do all the work so you can relax, do other things, become an investor. Well, the most important part of how people get rich and grow is not through real estate. It's through their entrepreneurial expertise, their business. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He didn't get rich in real estate. That's a tax haven. He bought all of his real estate from his entrepreneurship. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. They're not rich because they bought property. They buy property because they are rich. And it's because of their enterprise that they built. And that's what we want to build, is a foundation of enterprise. So you can have 6-figure months. You can have consistency in conversations. You can feel good and not energy drained by the end of the day. You won't need more sleep. You'll need less sleep when you're so motivated, where 4 hours will feel like 8. And that's what we want to help with here. So if I can urge you guys, I'm not going to. I just want to say, if you want to change, hey, it's a free call. You'll get a roadmap, just like Casey and Cam did. Wasn't a sales call. Gave them tips on how they can go close that broker the very next day. Good things happen. A $3,000 a month deal, not one time, a month, off just one conversation. So there's many more behind that.
Well, we actually just had the second MRR come in today, so it's like a good day.
There you go. I mean, yeah. I mean, even our organization, two combined deals closed, $5,000 in recurring revenue for us. So we're using our own, everything we're teaching and with everything we're sharing is everything we do. So we're not a coach. We're not an agency owner. We're both. Like, we're in the weeds, knowing with our ears to every single grindstone. We're investing in ourselves. Between Cody and I, we spent $50,000. Actually, I spent it, and then I told Cody that he's on the hook for half. I told him after the fact. So I begged for forgiveness later, and I justified the reasoning after the fact, because I'm like, look, I'm going to make us a fuck ton of money, and we're just going to invest in our own investment vehicle. We get to control the chips in this stuff, guys. Like, your business is an investment vehicle. If you see all that crypto bullshit going on the internet, yeah, did I get in it? Cool, I did, but I'm losing now. So what I can control is I can control how many calls I make. I can control how many conversations I have. I can control how many people I will close every single month. Exactly, HODL. Yeah. So with your business, this is your instrument, your vehicle that you control the chips. You can be your own version of Uber, of Zoom, how they go and increase in value. The choice is completely yours, because like, there's so much opportunity out there, and we showed you a small piece of what we do. There's a lot more to it, with like sales triage calls and objection, concern handling, et cetera, that we go over one-on-one. But the first step is just think like an investor rather than like somebody who makes excuses, because those will just be too easy. That's the easy way out. It's too easy to not take action. It's too easy to say, tomorrow I'll do it. That's a shortcut. We don't want shortcuts anymore, because those shortcuts become the longest cut you've ever done in your life. It'll just take you longer. A lot of you guys are probably proof of it too. You probably know it as well. I know it for certain. I remember when I was a young agency owner, my dad told me to do things. I said, fuck off, Dad. I'm not going to do that shit. I know everything. Next thing you know, I lost 5 years. Could have saved 5 years of my life by just listening to advice of people, but I didn't. But now I do. So hop on the call. Jan, it's going to be whatever you prefer. We can do Zoom. I like to see people, so we can do Zoom. And yeah, thanks for being here.
Great meeting you too, Rabina. Hey, book your call before you leave if you haven't yet. I want to see you on implementation today. If you liked it today, grab that call. I want to see you tomorrow. At the very least, let's have a conversation, guys, because my main thing for tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow is going to be an even more intimate thing with our family. We're really going to build some shit. We're going to make some money. So if you have any more thoughts, if you like listening to us at all, grab that damn call and let's implement tomorrow. And also, side note, I know it keeps getting lost. Tomorrow's going to be a Zoom call, Jan. It's a Zoom call. We're going to face-to-face. We're going to split up into things. We're going to actually build some shit out. Add me as a friend if you've booked the call. We're gonna, even if you don't, we will get the ticket to you, but add me to a friend so I can make sure I get the ticket into the DMs. If not, I'll email it to you. Anybody that does. So add me as a friend with that one after you book your call here. I'm not sure what you mean, Jan. Today was the first day. Tomorrow is day 2, implementation day. Sorry, Rahul, I didn't mean to cut you off, my man. I know Rabina was leaving, so I wanted to get that shout out to her.
No, you're good. You are good.
Who liked today, though? First of all, yeah, tomorrow's going to be amazing. Who actually got something out of today? There's still a bunch of you guys here. Like, who enjoyed it? Give me some feedback, guys. Love it. Love it. Always. Perfect. You guys rock.
Yeah.
Appreciate each and every one of you. It's our goal to over deliver every time. So hopefully that's how you guys feel. I mean, it is like 2.5 hours later. I feel like we gave you guys a lot, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up.
So we'll hang out here for a little bit longer. So I just want to make sure everybody gets whole. Ask away your questions, anything you want, whether it's about tomorrow, whether it's about our program, whether about anything, a bottleneck that you need. Just go ahead and ask away, because that's what we're going to spend some extra time with, some Q&A. So if you have questions about a post or a specific like subject that happened, like maybe you're working a deal right now, heck, ask it. We'll give you answers.
Don't be shy, guys. This is your time. This is what we do. We hang around.
Dedrick booked. Awesome. Can't wait to speak with you. Who else is booked over here? So let's get you guys the opportunity.
Jan, it'll be the same time tomorrow. I see you direct messaging me. It's going to be 2 p.m. PST. Same exact time as today. And it'll be probably just as long. I always like to say, me and Rahul, I always like to say, we're going to do this for an hour now, man. We sit around and we work. So it'll probably be longer than that. So just show up ready to get shit done. And we'll do that.
So, Rahul, you said ask questions, right? For
ask questions, baby.
Okay, sweet. So I've got a meeting with one group that is asking for pre-con. They want to be able to sell pre-con properties.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of at 10 to 12. They're saying they're doing about 3 to 4. Now, with this method, I'm guessing it's the same thing, right? We're just looking for buyers or investors online and pushing them in front of these guys to close them, right? But they're talking about some like worksheet that needs to go to the builder and some IDs and all that stuff that obviously I haven't worked with before.
Okay, so do you mind clarifying like the goal or the outcome that you're looking for?
So I'm just trying to find out, have you guys? I have no idea about pre-cons, what they're talking about, getting these sheets.
Okay. I'm guessing pre-construction, and they want to get this in front of people to invest money in an early round, and it's probably past the friends and family round. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. The first thing you're going to do, like, in my opinion, it's like you need to understand like who they're connected with as far as a database. Cause like my uncle's a developer. This guy can send an email and have 50 million raised by 6 p.m. tonight in California time. That's an hour and 24 minutes. So that's like 50 or 60 million. So he's built out an existing audience and a network. So the first thing we do is we leverage our existing network. We talk about I'd personally, just off the top of my head, promo cycle this would be talking about the success of the last stories, the last time this opportunity came about the IRR, the internal rate of return, like 16%, 18%, whatever it may be. So now you're creating this curiosity and an anticipation of what people want and what they could get through proof of the past. Our history will predict our future. Then you're going to start to actually go to call to action. Who would be interested in actually making their money go work for them? Or you can just target existing investors who invest in property. I got an opportunity for you. If you're interested, I'll send you the pro forma.
Okay. So same type of just target these people online. And even I'm thinking like a lot of buyers are also, they say that, yeah, we'd be investors because in this market right now, in Toronto especially, a lot of people can't buy, but they've got a ton of down payment, but that's no good because the property values jumped so much. So probably the pre-con is a good investment for them.
Yeah, pre-con in Canada is just insane. It can go up so friggin' fast, especially if you're in Toronto. Like, so there's so much opportunity there that it's their bad if they miss out. And just know the avatar. The avatar may be somebody who has already done this once or twice before, or if the avatar is like, hey, know the minimum. Like, if you want to invest into like one of my uncle's properties, it's $500,000. You don't have $500,000. The answer is no.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it's simple. It's like, look, here's what it is. And if it's not you, no problem. I'll let you know in the future if it's going to be an opportunity. Is it cool if I just keep you on the list? And then somehow people get resourceful. Sometimes they say, hey, Dad, can I get 250 grand? I'm going to go 250. Let's start an LLC together and rock this thing out together. People will get resourceful where they can pull their money together. And those are ideas you could give them.
Okay. And another one was that, I definitely am helping realtors, but then all of a sudden today I got connected with a mortgage one, and now the mortgage agent is like, let's have a call with like the main broker so that we could help out the whole brokerage. mortgage people. So like I'm definitely looking for any tips, tricks. Like I've not done a single ad on mortgages.
Well, you're already in the GSD, so we can go over that on implementate on Friday's call for our paid traffic call.
Okay.
So we can dive into
Okay,
details there. But
that was the question you said. If anybody has questions,
yeah, totally. No, we'll go over that specific instance because that's
totally.
because I have an idea for you there. So
Okay.
I've worked with a lot of mortgage brokers, and I mean the key is do the presentation of like what could be for the whole team and narrow it down to a test run first, like a pilot.
Definitely. I don't know, but this might be a good way for others who are jumping in and haven't jumped in yet to see that all the questions that we come to you guys with, right?
Yeah, 100%. Because every circumstance you have, like if we help you convert this deal, I mean, I don't know what the pricing may be, but I'm looking at it as if it's 20 mortgage agents in there and they all need 100 leads a month. I mean, that could be like a 5 to 10K retainer plus ad spend with the right strategy going into it and knowing two different scenarios. Brokers want it all and they're like, oh, I want it all for all my agents, but they're not going to pay for it. They don't know who you are. So we always have like, hey, the big program is awesome. And then you have your downgrade program where it's like, let's pilot this on either your hunters and gatherer brokers or mortgage agents on your team so they can be busy just warming people up for the closers, or we just reward the closers with inbound leads.
Okay.
So there's definitely good ways to kind of take the person with big eyes and ears and an appetite to work that solution, so you don't walk away with like nothing. Because like at the end of the day, everybody wants it all, but they want to start somewhere. So we have that downsell or that program available.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, bud.
Yeah, no, my pleasure, man.
Rahul, I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
How do you manage your state before a sales call? So I have a call in 20 minutes, and for some reason, I'm like, I mean, I guess it's normal to feel super nervous, but I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah, the nerves are good. That just means you're passionate about it. So I think nerves are always good. Going into like Kobe Bryant's nervous when he goes into games too. So that's important to do. But I just kind of I look, if I have time, oftentimes I'm going from a call to a call, but I'll make sure I've already read the survey. I'll look at their Facebook profile. I'll just kind of get an idea of what they like or post. So I have a common ground. So if they post something about oranges, I might talk about apples or something, but like, and then I'll just, and then I'll know if they have kids, I'll bring that up through the conversation. Like, do you have little ones? Oh, awesome. Like, so I kind of have just like that's kind of how I really get prepared. But if I'm like exhausted or tired and energy drained, then like I drink coffee a lot all day. So I actually have a pot, like literally actually like right here. So I drink coffee and water, and then I'll just do like probably like 20, 30 jumping jacks really quick, just to kind of like wake my brain up. Earlier today, I was just super drained and I just went for a walk around the block and called one of my good friends just to have a valuable, no nerve conversation, just to get my conversation chops going. So I'm just kind of working my mouth out, if you will, just to really get ready for a call. So, I mean, heck, I'll call my sister, I'll call my mom, I'll call my best friend and just get some positive vibes. And then I'll hop on the call.
Okay, got it. Yeah, this guy that I'm speaking with in 20 minutes, I spoke with him yesterday, and so this is the sales aspect of it, and he's like the perfect fit, and it's like probably one of the calls that I've had that he's just like bang on the perfect fit. So I'm like super nervous.
I want to add something into this because I do, I read a little bit on NLP and all this kind of stuff. So there's something that I like to try and do. I'm not good at it and I'm by no means an expert, but if you can find a way, I talked to you before about this, anchoring is something that you should try and practice. So the next time you come off of the best sales call you've ever had and you just feel energized as hell and you rocked it, you feel that you're in the zone, anchor that emotion to something strong. It can be like a pinch somewhere, just something. I mean, some people use smell, but I'm not about that. Use that or some kind of an emotional thought, something that is a trigger, something that is a shock to the system. And if you can do that properly, if you can train yourself properly, a lot of pro salespeople, like top level salespeople, use anchoring to be able to get themselves in exactly what you're talking about, that state, to be able to shock themselves back into that state. We all know when we're feeling on our game, it's like a sport, right? We're like an athlete. We're in the zone and we've got that confidence. You go into that call, it's like you can't even lose. Yeah. You knew you had the sale before you even had the conversation because you're feeling it. You know what I mean? And if you can anchor yourself into that state, you can really crush it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that pep talk.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, we all need that.
I see a couple things, people in the chat asking some questions. Go ahead, Rahul. Go ahead.
Here, I'll go ahead and I'll read it off to you, and we can both answer it. So, adding myself to a bunch of lawyer groups, not so many groups, finally, and most lawyers there not so qualified, came to the conclusion that LinkedIn might be a better fit for this vertical. So, from the lawyers, I mean, honestly, they're both platforms can work. LinkedIn is a great place. So is Facebook. I wouldn't discount Facebook at all. I would just kind of identify like what types of lawyers, like what lawyers are they, Jan? Are they personal injury, or are they who are they? If you don't mind answering. But I mean, from the personal injury space, I mean, you can just literally DM them on LinkedIn. You just connect and then send them a little welcome message. We have a system and process for LinkedIn specifically. Okay, anything but personal injury. Okay,
I love that answer, by the way, Jan. Anything but. We all got the people hey, look, the guy knows who he likes to talk to, and he knows what's going to energize him. So I love that answer.
Yeah. So I mean, with the bankruptcy attorneys, I mean, like I would start posting content and prime your profile, like get your banner ad all done up, your little featured image all done up, and maybe just do a little bit of a video, a 3-minute video, and saying, hey, if I could show you a way where you can get 10 new bankruptcy clients in the next 45 days, would you be interested? And saying, hi, my name is Jan, and kind of go into a video sales letter. We have a template for that as well, or you can use as a framework in our program. But that's I would first have my profile primed so I can deliver value to hold the conversation, because if they're going to be a little standoffish saying like, who is this dude, you can send them that link really quickly and you got an asset of value. Another way is just cold emailing. Like cold emailing is great for lawyers, especially since you said not personal injury. It works great for personal injury attorneys, because we have like a bunch of personal injury attorneys we work with, and every time they get a cold email, they forward it to us, and they get a lot of them. Like they'll just pick apart like our work and say, oh man, this is missing. And 90% of that is just a scare tactic when they're actually evaluating the wrong client. So it's just a template. So yeah, cold emailing could work for lawyers as well.
And Rahul's rattling off, guys, what we teach in the program. Look, what we taught a little bit was today, even within this sliver of we call it the 3 pillars of organic. So everything he just rattled off, Facebook, LinkedIn, and cold email, those are the things that we're teaching you guys to do for organic, just as this one piece of the puzzle inside the program. So people like Jan who are going after lawyers, I believe Facebook can be a huge leverage point for you, but you want to also learn how to leverage LinkedIn. You want to also learn how to leverage cold email so that you can meet your prospects where they are and make sure that you're hitting them and fueling the engine in a few different areas. And so
yeah, we're just diversifying our marketing channels. So we're like mastering, and then we're adding on top of it. So my analogies are always in sports, like the best of the best, like the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants. They wake up early, and every single day, the first thing they do is the basics. They do free throws every single day. They don't start doing trick shots like the Harlem Globetrotters and start showboating. They focus on the basics, because the basics win, and then they expand. Free throws done, layups next. Layups done, 3-pointers next. That's done, then double whatever crossover moves behind the back, difficult shots. Same thing in running a business, is that you want to have that in your business as well. You never ever leave these basics, because if we turned organic off, I don't know how much our revenue is going to dip, because it impacts everything else we do, because we're present. Like right now, while we were even on this call, I booked my own call right now while Cody was talking, just using Messenger right now. And I'll actually just even read it. And I don't know if she's watching this on the live stream or even here, but it's Rocio. So I just basically just said, it was a ghost. It was like, hey, we didn't talk for like 3 or 4 days, but I said, did you still want to chat about ads? I won't bite, I promise. And then she just said, are you sure? And I said, haha, promise, book call already. So all this stuff is really simple stuff. It's just kind of mastering the mindset, and also just getting like, when you get stuck, you ask questions, like simple questions, like, well, it seems simple to us. It was complex earlier, but like even mindset when you're going into a call, because sometimes you may feel like, shit, I hope they don't answer, so I can leave a message and tell my partner or myself that I left a message and I tried. You don't even hit the redial button. You're just like, shit, I hope they don't answer. But we want to change all that, because these are just how you're going to grow and scale the business. I was that guy when I worked at realtor.com. I mean, shit, my first 90 days there, like you're supposed to close 30 grand a month. I closed $2,000 in 90 days. I was $88,000 behind because I didn't want to pick up the fucking phone. They didn't fire me. They saw something in me, but two people that had more money than me in sales were fired, and I wasn't. I was sacrificed. And then I got switched to a new manager and my life changed. I don't know if it was him or me, but that moment forward, I never got less than 50 grand a month. Always in the top 10 of the company. But it was all because of the right leadership and mentorship that I was given. And I took full advantage of it. Never stop learning. That's the whole goal here. Even the best of the best. The Michael Jordans get new trainers once they get to a new level. The Tony Robbins the same way. So I'll drop the link one more time.
Guys, I hear Rahul about to wind down. I gotta stop him real quick before we wind down. I need Charlie and my man Brian to unmute themselves.
What's going on?
And talk a little bit about something. What just happened, guys? I've seen something in the comments that you took action and you're already booking appointments. I need to hear it.
Yeah, well, basically, so while we were on this call, obviously I've got my 3 monitors going, so I have to keep track of my business as we go along. Still getting value. I'm glad that, I got to refresh myself with this because this is going to be amazing stuff, especially tomorrow, and following up with a few more golden nuggets that we're going to have. But I was able to, from a post that's been out there for a while now, by using the Perfect Stranger method, I just got a client. Not a client. I just got a booked appointment for this week coming up. So
I'm doing the wrong dance. I'm gonna do the Charlie dance.
How do you do the Charlie dance?
So it's all permission based. Basically, I provided some information, and just threw a comment to say, give me a hashtag 411 in the comments if you want to know more. And that's how it starts. So I create that conversation, get them over to the messenger, and just touch a little bit and introduce myself, and then go right for a call. Schedule the call, and you can do all your talking on the call. So it's about narrowing down, booking the appointment.
Brian, what about you, my man? You had something too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And real quick on Charlie, really quick, like Charlie doesn't do this full time, but yet he's building income as a full-time agency, and a lot of people aren't even at his level, and he's helping people survive in life. So like, what is it you do as your main?
I'm a registered respiratory therapist. I keep him breathing.
Yeah, so he helps people breathe that can't.
Super important right now.
Oh yeah. COVID was it was rough last year.
Yeah, no, it's definitely rough. And like now we're kind of the respiratory kind of career agents for an agency, right?
Right.
So
we have to diagnose. We have to diagnose people's problems.
That's perfect. I love it. All right, Brian, my man.
Yo.
Holy bear.
Yeah. Yeah, just booked 2 appointments, putting that post up. So yeah, excited about that.
Like off the mission post just now?
Yeah, just off the mission post.
Damn. That's how that works. For those of you guys that haven't done it, do it.
Just mic dropping that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, book action today, showed up, booked appointments. No big deal. Just Brian being Brian. No problem. I love it. I love it. Guys, come off mute. Everybody come off mute. Let's do a quick little Ric Flair woo or something. Get some energy. I think we're at the end, guys. We're at the end of the day. Now, if you haven't taken action and put some of this shit into place, look, Brian is my perfect example of people who take action. This guy took action in December, was like, man, you know what? I just love your energy. And I said, you know what? I love your energy too. And took action and has 10 clients. Started from 0. Now he's at 10 plus clients already because the guy takes action. He shows up today. Yeah, man, you want me to do a post? I'll do a post. I trust you. I'll do a post. Boom, 2 appointments booked. That's how you do it, guys. Trust the process. Take the action and win. Now come off mute. Everybody come off mute. Unmute, 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 unmute. Come on, guys. Let's go. I see a few of you. Come on, a couple more. Where are we all just sitting around? Come on, guys. It's the end of the day.
Hey, this is not a Holiday Inn. To get off mute.
Off mute,
It's
off
not
mute.
a Holiday Inn here, guys.
On 3,
we're gonna
do our
see
best.
all you
Ric
guys
Flair
muted.
move.
Hold on. Keenan, get off mute. Randy, David, dinner can wait. Our 1 hour masterclass is almost over.
4 hours later, 3 hours. I don't even know what time it is. Good. All right, guys. Got enough people? Oh, come on. I know Bianca's smirking at me. She's there. She can come off mute. Charlie's coming off mute. Let's go.
Our very own Ben off mute, baby.
Off mute. All right, on 3.
Whoa.
On 3. I know you guys know who Ric Flair is, so just do your best Ric Flair impression. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right, ladies.
That actually feels good. Can we do it one more time?
One more time.
Actually
I'll do it
felt a
one more
little
time.
good.
You count us down this time. We'll do the Rahul one.
Well, the Ric Flair. We'll keep it simple. The same thing. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Man, I gotta warm up my voice for that. My falsetto is off today.
I've been talking for 3 hours, so I am starting to lose mine, but that's fine. All right, guys, we're gonna leave. I'm gonna share the screen again. We're gonna leave this up for a couple more minutes, and we're gonna sign off.
Right. Link again. Book the call. Don't be shy. Take action. Change your life. Let's not fuck around anymore if you haven't already. It's time to just grow. Best investment you'll ever make if you decide to go forward with us. So, and you'll also get tomorrow's implementation day, which will be absolutely amazing, which will give you a head start in increasing your business and your energy and your confidence. Because we want to be closing with confidence, predictably. Otherwise, it'll be a long road ahead. We all already know that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. I'm muting out. I'm signing off. I'm going to leave this up until 5 p.m. That gives you all 5 minutes to remember how to push a button, book a call, and get ready for tomorrow. I love all of you, especially all the ones that are still here right now. Amazing action takers. Keep crushing it. I will see most of you tomorrow, and we will start printing out some money for you and getting this shit done together.
Yeah, and really quickly for those of you guys that are still here, that you guys took whoever did the post, can you guys screenshot it and drop it in the group, please? I want to celebrate you guys for taking action. Screenshot your post, drop it in our group, post a comment, be active, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow.